For people there, I'm gonna put places right here. You wanna put products right here, and then next to products, put AKA Christmas list. You're gonna see what I mean in a minute. And you're gonna put passion. Okay, so for people, okay, you want to list out about 5 people who are famous, celebrity, that you like, that you admire. It can be anyone, it doesn't have to be in the business. It can be anyone. So let's pick a few. Somebody, tell me who's a famous celebrity. This last one, give me a person that you really admire as a celebrity.
Terrence Hawkins.
All right, Terrence Hawkins.
Barack Obama.
All right, here we go. Barack Obama. Don't say his name for now.
Donald Trump.
Shaquille O'Neal.
LeBron James.
Trump. I heard Shaq, I heard LeBron, who else? Beyonce.
All day.
Okay, who else? One more. One more celebrity famous. Who? John Legend. Okay. So, when you go on your social media, whatever platform you're on, this works for all. Let's use Facebook for example. I know that's why I must are on Facebook. When you go on Facebook, at the very top, that search box at the top, you want to put a hashtag in there. Everybody know what the hashtag symbol looks like, right?
Yeah.
It's here. The number sign, whatever you want to put. Okay? You want to put that before you put in Barack Obama's name. Now, put it in without any spaces, so hashtag Barack Obama, hit enter, okay? And you're gonna see how many people have posted about him. But you want to specifically, I like to go into groups, so when it comes up, it's gonna say post, it's gonna say groups, it's gonna say different things, look for groups. And the reason why is because you're gonna see different groups of people who are talking about Barack Obama. Chances are, these are all people who like Barack Obama. Then you may have some groups that don't like him, but you're looking for the ones of the people who like him. And that goes for any of these people, Barack, Shaq, LeBron, anybody that works for that celebrity. So now you're finding your tribe. These are people who like you. They like these individuals. Now you go inside the group, okay? You add yourself into the group. and you do a little research. Everybody got to do some research to see kind of what the group is about. Definitely want to follow the rules as far as posting on the days that they allow you to post. But no one says that you can't make connections with the people inside the group. Now, what you want to do is in the group, you want to scroll and look at some of the posts that's on there. And if there's one that you like, then you want to comment on that post. All right. And then whoever wrote the post, you want to also add them as a friend. Then you want to privately message them as well. Because what that's going to do is going to give them 3 notifications that you are commenting on the post that they wrote, that you added them as a friend, and that you also sent them a private message. Now they're like, who is this person? Who is this Mr. Lasseter person, inbox and comments and all that? What you're going to do inside that private message is going to say, wow, I didn't realize, whatever the post is about, you're going to pretty much say another statement about that post to that person. Also, when you comment on that post, the general one that they posted, you're also going to agree or whatever it is. You always want to be true and authentic. So now you build a rapport. That doesn't mean that you go and start talking to them about business. You just met a friend. The same way you would meet somebody at a networking event or whatever. Y'all find something in common, y'all talking, y'all sitting around, now y'all connected. You're not first initially gonna say, hey, you want to join my business? Some people do say it, and I'm not saying that's wrong, but most times people are not comfortable with that. So you gotta kind of get to know the person. Remember, we're not just getting anybody in here, we're gonna let them in here and see if we want them to come and work with us. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right, so that's for people. You do the same thing for places. You can name places that you want to travel to or that you've been to but want to go back. Don't put places you travel to that you don't like. Put the places you've been to. So now the same thing, hashtag, put the location. Now you're gonna have all these posts of people, right, who is talking about that location. You're gonna find a post that resonates with you, you're gonna comment on it, you're gonna add them as a friend, you're gonna private message them. You're gonna do this every single day. I can't tell you how many new friends. Now, out of the 50, she does between 30 and 50 people a day. Out of that daily, maybe about 10 of them add me as a friend. They accept my request. Out of the 10, maybe 5 of them respond back. But that's still good because it's every day. It's, it's compounded. So now you meet new people. Now, even if they don't initially start talking to you, when they add you as a friend, what I love is that they're looking at what you're doing. So you gotta make sure you're keeping up with your social media as well. Make sure you're posting, not all about your business, but about your life. People want to know what is he doing? What is she doing? What are they a part of? What are they connected to? Oh, they like kids. They have family. They like to hang out. They like to have fun. They want to see that you're a real person to see if they even want to connect with you as well. So I love that because I can see that they're commenting, that they're liking stuff that's on my post. Yet we haven't really made a big connection yet. Another thing. Everybody familiar with the story feed inside of Facebook? Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to post on your story feed. And the reason why I like story feed so much more now than I actually do the regular post is because you can see who's viewing your story. On the regular post, if a person look at it and they don't comment, they don't like it, you don't know that they look. But on your story feed, you know that they have because their name pops up. And so that's a great gauge to see who's actually continuously looking at your page. Now, the people who are already your friends, you don't need to comment and message with them because they're already connected to you. We're looking for, this is business. They're looking for new business partners, okay? Now you're seeing who's doing that and then you're messaging them and you're saying something directly like, hey, thanks for the love, or thanks for viewing my feed. I'll just go directly with it and ask, thanks for viewing my feed. I appreciate that. You interested in that too or whatever, and we're making conversation. Because now they can't deny and say they didn't view it because you saw that they actually viewed it. All right, so that's another way. Now, moving on to products. Products is your Christmas list. Things that you want to purchase if you haven't purchased yet. All right, it can be anything. I had somebody tell me KitchenAid. Somebody tell me, the old phone. I mean, whatever. You hashtag that thing that you want, and now you found more people who like that as well because they're hashtagging it. They're commenting on it. These are your tribe. So you got to remember you find your tribe. And then lastly, passion. Whatever you're passionate about, if it's a cause, if it's a movement, if it's cures, whatever that passion thing is, you hashtag that and do the same thing. So this right here is called the 4 Ps. I don't have a whole lot of time to go more and more in depth, but I just want to get you knowing how to find your tribe. Now you can work with your team leaders your executive on, your script, because all of that stuff is the same. The script, how you connecting with people. This right here now is just getting to find your people. And then you do your other part once it's time to go ahead and, connect with them about what they doing, what they keep their income options open. But you'll get there as y'all conversating, right? As you're talking, you're having a conversation, you're chatting, you're gonna know, they're gonna start telling you stuff because they're your tribe.
Yeah.
They're connected to you, they feel comfortable with you. That makes sense?
Yes, yes.
All right. Any questions so far? Let me stop there so I can answer the question.
I have a quick question.
Okay, one here and then we'll just talk. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Dealing with the Facebook, I was thinking the other day, because I do some political stuff.
Mhm.
So I was thinking maybe I should create a separate Facebook page for my business, for this business here. I live in the Durham area, instead of, because lately some of the stuff that's been going on in my community, I've been talking about it. So do you think I should keep my political stuff separate from my business?
I wouldn't, and the reason why is because you're using that page to capture people. You care, but you don't really care who comments and who likes. You just want the comments and the likes so that way you can have a conversation. All your Facebook is doing for you is allowing you to connect with people so you can have a conversation offline. So if you start a new page, which you can, but now you gotta go and get more followers all over again, and people, if you already have an existing set of people, those people, because if it's not them, it may be people they're connected to. This is another thing. Did I answer your question?
So you don't feel that I should create a new Facebook? Just leave what I'm in?
Yeah, keep what you already have. Because what you wanna do is, for your family and friends that don't join you, there still can be good cheerleaders, good supporters, good people who are gonna share your posts, who allow you to tag them in your posts. So their people that they're connected to is getting out to them, to their network as well, although your family and friends are not actually joining you. So use that. You still can use it, that still helps. They can refer me, but I had a relative refer someone to me just last week. And I've been talking to her for 2 years, but she's just not ready. She referred one person to me who then turned around and referred someone else. I actually got someone on the phone in that moment that we were talking. So they're advocating for you. They're seeing what you're doing, but you got to keep up with it. Rotation. Make sure you're rotating. Again, like I said, your posts. Make sure that it's not business. There are things about your regular life. The other thing, I use Facebook for business, so it's not personal. I don't follow my friends on Facebook. The reason why is because if you follow everybody who is already in your company on Facebook, you're not going to see the people who are not.
Right.
I've missed so many people who had babies, all kinds of stuff, because the most of us in the industry, we're posting. So naturally, all of us are gonna see what we're posting, but we're not recruiting each other. We need the new people, but we can't see them because we're in each other's way. So you have to, don't unfriend, but you unfollow.
Right.
So a lot of people are like, Tom, you didn't see what I posted? I did it. And it's not because I don't love you. I feel like if we're friends, text me, call me. Don't worry about the social media, because this is a business page. When I say business page, I mean I'm using it for business. It's not an actual business page. I'm using it for business. So I unfollow a lot of people.
Wow.
So I can see the people who I need to follow. All the new people we're adding every day, I need to see them. I need to see what they're writing, because those are opportunities where I can privately message them. Does that make sense? So don't unfriend, but go ahead and unfollow a lot of your MWR people, just so you can see the people who has been buried, because MWR is swallowing them. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? Everybody? Yeah, sorry.
The reference tribe, that would be the group of like-minded people that you're gathering.
That's correct.
That becomes your team.
That's it, right.
Yeah, tribe.
People who are connected to you, right? Yeah.
Woo-hoo! You gotta get me a tribe. Yeah. You build a tribe.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
You can also, if you already have Facebook, and piggyback on this young lady here, that was saying that you can create a business page, and you can have a business page and just only have private followers just want to know about MWR. They might not be interested in other things on her page or political whatever, but you can share it down. I'm creating another page, a business page that you can tap into And this business page is gonna be by MWR Financial. And so you still have the followers, you can invite them, or open it up, you have a business, private, or you can open it up so other followers can come and look. Because everybody maybe not interested in what I got on Facebook page, but they might be interested in my MWR page. And so by me having a MWR business page, they will just go into the business side of my page, of my Facebook page, and I can just invite, or I can have it open, so it could be privately, so they can come and see. Because everybody might not want to see everything you have on your page, but you can direct it to a business page, MWR. This is my business page, MWR, and look and see what you see. I invite you, join, you can join in the videos, and they might be just looking for that.
So I can't speak to that because I haven't done what you're sharing, but what I could say to you though, so you're not creating more work, because the whole goal is not to create a whole lot of work. We already have a whole testimonial page, results page of MWR. So if you want to see a lot about MWR, you can just go ahead and tag them in the page that we already have, that the company has already created. Because they're gonna have thousands more than what you have on your own page, because you don't have those testimonies that other people have put on. And these are real testimonies from other people in the company. So I would say that would be creating more work for yourself. But I mean, everybody is their own CEO, but if you want to have more time and financial freedom, I would say stay away from doing too much favor and use what's already available to you. Does that make sense? Okay.
Does make sense. Yes.
Yeah, tag them in that there. Any other questions? Those are great questions, by the way.
Fine job. Awesome job.
Thank you. All right, well, that's all I have, and just keep going, keep rocking, keep plugging. Thank you.
Wow, social media, how important it is to have social media and utilize that to the best of your ability. So you're not gonna leave there the same way you came in. And I got 3 words that I'm actually gonna say, and we're all gonna say these things together, okay? First one is no selling.
No
Second
selling.
Second one is no begging. And the third one is no convincing. Okay, now, first one, no selling.
No selling.
No begging.
No begging.
No convincing.
No selling.
No begging.
No begging.
No convincing.
No convincing.
One time, no selling.
No selling.
No begging.
No begging.
No convincing.
No convincing.
That's not what we do here in WR Financial. What we do is we actually
Share.
share the information, which is what we're doing now. Then we expose with the experts who we have in the room and throughout our company. And then we basically allow the prospect or the customer or whomever to make the decision if this is what they want or not. Make sense?
Absolutely.
And listen, who you ready to bring to the table right now? What can I say? I mean, I had a chance to sit down and break bread with him. We'll talk taxes then, talk taxes throughout the week. You're not going to not want to miss this information. Please get your pen and pad ready. This gentleman brings 25 years of experience as a tax consultant. He's also an IRS enrolled agent and the lead consultant in this field. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Terrence.
Stand up if y'all want to. How's everybody doing? Everybody okay? Can I take this off? Everybody okay? Can I take this off? Everybody fine? All right, great. Is everybody doing all right? Yeah. While they unplug this up and stuff and kind of change out whatever we got to do, I hopefully.
You do not have an HDMI.
So we're going to just all be educated today. So we're going to have no full slides then. Sorry about that. We're going to have no slides, but we're going to educate. Y'all got a pen and pad? Yes. Y'all got a pen and pad? Yes. Everybody all right? Yes. All right. Y'all ready to learn something? Yes. Those that know me know I like to educate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, I like to teach.
Yes.
Why? Because I always have to believe also, guys, I'm really not talking to you, but hopefully I'll be talking through you. Okay. I'm not going to be talking what? To you, but hopefully I'll be talking through you, meaning If the information is good that I share with you today, are you going to tell somebody else?
Yes.
So we want you to share good information for a time.
Right.
How many people have to share stuff always with something bad?
Yeah.
Man, we got to go another war, right? That's what we're talking about, right? Want to hear something bad, but you hold good information.
Right.
So when I speak to individuals all around the country, I like to actually tell people, hey, just don't let me talk to you. Let me talk through you as well, because I want you to pass it on. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
So y'all agree to pass it on?
Yes.
Well, y'all can stay. That's all we need. I want to be sure, right? All right. But I'm excited to be here actually again today with Mr. Parker. Y'all give Mr. Parker a hand. He is awesome. He is awesome. He is awesome and stuff like that. To actually hold this event and stuff. He called me after several months ago and stuff and wanted me to come out, and I immediately told him, say yes. He's like, I want to come up from Florida, because in Florida now.
Yeah.
I want to come up from Florida, and I want to actually just come and stuff and help the Raleigh area again. Terrence, will you come down? It's like, yes, I am. And then he got Martina. Y'all give her a hand for the things after she actually does. Pass stuff like that to get the mindset going and education going and stuff. And then my home girl, Jatasha, y'all give her a hand. Stuff like that. And y'all heard it was her birthday, right?
Right.
I believe in celebrating. So we gonna say happy birthday to her. Come on, y'all.
Happy birthday to you.
Y'all get some clap.
Happy birthday.
Come on, y'all.
Happy birthday to you.
Y'all birthday, y'all. We like that. That means it's 2 birthdays that I've experienced today. 2 birthdays I've experienced today. I got up there early, came in, I had to sit up, and brought my stuff, and then my great niece, don't question my age. My great niece, turned 1 today. She ain't gonna remember this, but she turned 1 today. Down there, so I went down to see her real quick this morning. Got me a couple pictures y'all gonna see on social media. Okay, on this afternoon and came back. But the cool thing about that was, isn't it cool to go to 2 birthday things and experience it? And because I came to a business meeting, it's always tax right.
Absolutely.
I want to learn how to continue to do that stuff every day.
Yes, sir.
That's what I've been doing every day, guys. My father, I'm from North Carolina.
That's
Right down the street. Okay, my father taught me how to actually do taxes when I was 15 years of age. Okay, just turned after 50, so I've been doing taxes for a little bit. All right, found in Hawkins County and tax service, as he was saying, that my wife actually runs right now. Right, but we just celebrated this year 25 years. I mean, y'all clap for that. I say I was in business with who? My wife. Y'all better clap again. Right? Y'all know me, right? So we have to ask about that. My son now is a rising senior up there in college. He's gonna take over. I did like the biblical days, guys. I kid you not. When he told me he wanted to be in Texas, and you know what I did? The biblical days, I said, your name is no longer Nicholas. It's retired.
Right.
Right? Hey, I'm retirement, guys. But I love to talk about tax, guys. I'm one of those few that like to talk about tax because I like to see people save money on taxes. I like to see people save money on taxes. Studies said that 78% of individuals are living paycheck to paycheck. 70 what? 80% of individuals are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, when individuals are living paycheck to paycheck, of course, they try to then increase their cash flow of the time, right? And whatever reasons or whatever way they try to increase their cash flow, whether it's part-time income, right? Because when people get strapped, all these, suddenly you hear them say, I need a part-time job, right?
Job.
You hear that? And if it's not a part-time job, they say, hey, I need to cut back on my expenses. I need to cut back on my expenses. I'm not going out to eat anymore. I'm gonna take my food to work, right? Okay, I ain't gotta eat. Do I have to eat 3 times a day? Right? But we see people make drastic changes. And this is real because I remember seeing this when I was little growing up. I remember seeing my grandmother cutting expenses, and her way of cutting expenses was she would take her medication and cutting them in half.
Yep.
Wow.
Are you saying, don't you go take the whole dose?
Yeah.
But she was doing so it can last what? Longer. It's real. Somebody says real.
It's real.
78% of people live in paycheck. That's why we're so serious about it, because we know that people are suffering right now. And I kept seeing it and kept seeing it and kept seeing it. And I started looking at things. I see people on TV talking about it, everywhere else talking about it. They talk about, do a rollover effect here, get out of debt here, do all of those things to help you save money to increase your cash flow. And I started looking and say, look, everybody's talking about everything except for the number one expense that you will ever have, which is taxes. That is the number one expense that you will ever have. And you're going to have them. You even have taxes when you're dead and gone. That's right. It's called estate tax.
Wow.
Yep.
So if we're going to focus on the number one expense that we have, shouldn't we look at taxes as one of those things?
Yes.
Should we focus on one of those things? At least focus on it to minimize.
Right.
You see, sometimes out of sight, out of mind always gets us.
Right.
And out of sight, out of mind is when we had that W-2 income and praise God for a job. But when we have a job, when we get our check, when we look at that check, we start getting accustomed to what that check says.
Right.
Check says, I'm supposed to get $1,100 right there because every single week, especially on salary, that's how much you get, don't you?
All right.
How many people can tell me there are federal withholdings that come out of their check? The federal withholdings. Also, what's your Social Security comes out?
What's the Social Security
Yes.
that comes out?
Can you tell me the amount of Social Security that comes out of your check?
The SUDA.
Dollar amount?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, awesome. The state amount.
yes.
Awesome. Y'all give her a hand. Y'all got a prize. I know, I didn't know it was over when I picked it up. I didn't know it was over when I picked it up. So but look at, okay. I didn't give one up.
Give you all of your money when you started working years ago. They did not give you all of your money.
Now,
Right.
give me money. I didn't keep asking something. Now, that's one person. How many people can actually tell me the amount of their rent or their mortgage? Raise hand.
Yeah.
How many people can tell me the amount of their car payments they got? One raise hand. How many people can tell me the amount of their cell phones they got in?
Yep.
Y'all can tell me your cell phone amount, but can't tell me your tax amount. But you get mad when your carrier go up $5. You would even find a new carrier to save $10. You go from Sprint to Verizon to T-Mobile, all of them, right? Why? Because it's $10 cheap, $120 a year. But thousands of dollars is on taxes.
Right.
There's something wrong with that. Something's wrong with that. So the first thing that I want you to understand about taxes, guys, is you have to know your taxes and never overpay. Somebody said never overpay.
Never overpay.
Never overpay your taxes. Does that make sense? Never overpay.
Yep.
How many y'all got a refund this year? Oh, yeah, did not overpay. Because you didn't get a refund, how many people have to get upset? No, right? Like, whoa, right? Yeah. See, we've been accustomed to think that refund is good. Those that didn't raise your hand were scared because you have to be into what I do all the time. I know good and well some people in this room got a refund, they raise their hand. Right? Here's why though. Here's why. See, we have to understand what's going on. We have been accustomed to think that refund is something good because don't y'all hear all the time, yeah, I got a refund this year, I got a refund this year. We even basically base our tax professionals based on how much refund we get. And okay, because we go around and say, hey, you need to come to my guy because my guy, I get a refund every year.
Right.
Y'all heard that before? I get a refund. You don't get a refund? Oh, something wrong.
Right.
But refund, if you look on your actual tax return, don't really look when you go home. And the actual tax return says that this is the amount you overpaid.
Yep.
That's right.
It's clearly on the tax return. All the years I've been doing taxes, it says the same thing. But refund is a nice big bowl. The overpay is a little bit, right? But it's bigger to make us think that it's something good that they're doing something. And what is an overpayment? It means you pay too much.
Yep.
When have we always been happy about overpaying stuff?
Never.
Why, man? Y'all let that same cell phone company, that same Sprint, overcharge y'all $20 a month and see what y'all do. What would y'all do? Seriously. Y'all call them up, wouldn't you? Call them up when? Nigga, you ain't gonna pay the bill. Hold on. Who put an extra line on my account? You wanna take all right, all right? You wanna make sure all for 20 what? Dollars. Some of y'all will hold up the drive-through line. You know it good and well. Y'all ordered that extra Coke. Yeah, $1, all sizes. But you'll hold up the drive-through line because they charge you an extra $1. Have y'all seen somebody? I'm gonna say y'all did. Have y'all been behind somebody? They're holding up the line. Like, what they hold the line for? They want some change. Oh, Jesus, right? That's what a refund of $1. We are focusing on the wrong stuff. But our thing is, we are getting so upset that we are overcharged by anything. When we go shopping and we overpay on any item, when you go back home and you're eating, when you're looking at your receipt, when are you going to really go back and get your money back if you're overcharged?
Right there.
Then, when you wait a whole year. Do you know they even give you, don't stores give you like a certain time to even ask for the refund? You know, the IRS gives you 3 years. So we are overpaying in the Internal Revenue Service. In 2019, 70% of people overpaid on average a little over $2,700. That's what the refund was, over $2,700, 2017. Okay? It was. It's overpayment. Overpayment. We were about $20 spread. Overpaying $2,700. You divide it by 12. That's over $200 a month in overpayment. But we're happy about it and think that they did something for us when we did it. And then they say, hey, if you don't claim it in 3 years, we get to keep it. Your money. But we allow them to keep it. Did y'all see something wrong with that?
Yep.
So the first thing I'll leave with you guys is, number one, never what?
Overpay.
Overpay. How we stop overpaying is a formula called W4 form. Y'all can write that down if you want. W4 form. That form gives you control of what comes out of your paycheck. It gives you control of what comes out of your paycheck. Filling out that form with your employer basically gives them instructions on how to treat the money that they're paying you. So that means 70% of people have that done incorrectly because they get a refund. The form is designed not for you to get a refund. It's designed really for you to even out. It says on the form in the instructions. We don't read no instructions, do we? Just Riley put one. Well, I do two. It's not even 1 and 2s anymore. That's changed. Okay, but y'all want to revisit it this week, right? That's right. Because we're going to stop what? Overpaying. That's your first thing to have to have yourself a cash flow. Think about that for a second. If you're getting a refund, but you get $200 back every single month extra, would that help somebody out, guys?
Yep.
You know, the average person needs in between $500 to $800 a month in additional income. You know, the study said if they had that in additional income, we'd have stopped foreclosures, bankruptcies, and repossessions. Do you know it's sad to see some people actually say, you know what, I can't wait to get my refund so I can catch up on bills. Wow. What are we doing? Right. I know y'all heard it. Come on. So I said, we been there, right? Be real with yourself. This wasn't gonna all be all fuzzy. I'm sorry. I like that. Right? Right. All right. But do y'all get my point? Yes. So the first thing y'all gonna stop doing from day one, you're gonna stop overpaying, right? Don't worry about it, because you're gonna learn about the experts that'll help you to actually do it, to do the form correctly. Y'all just clap for that. Y'all need to know what it is. Clap for that. Okay? I'm just not gonna tell you that. I want you to understand that's what you need to do. That's the first thing. And the second thing that you need to do, which is the biggest one of them, is you need to reduce your bill. Reduce your bill, meaning your tax bill. Because why would you go from Verizon to T-Mobile? To reduce your bill. You're not going to overpay them, right? Because your call it was $5. Y'all would, y'all. My wife killed me going back on TV. Are we on camera? Oh, man like that. Right? No, I'm telling you, she's good at it. Oh, charge her money. She's just like, it doesn't matter. I have the money. Don't overcharge you, right? But she also looks for deals. So if you can reduce that bill and get the same level of service, all things equal, when you do it, that doesn't make sense. So why don't we do that with our tax bill? You know, you can do that all the time. That's when I started teaching guys all through the country. That got me, you know, doing some awesome seminars with some awesome people, you know, throughout. Teaching people how to reduce their bills. That's why I've been on the radio shows and the TV shows and all of those kind of people with the news and stuff and all those kind of things. You know, helping individuals to understand that you have to focus on reducing your tax bill, which is your tax liability. How many of y'all know your tax bill? I put on his bill, you know what? Right? Right? You got to know your bill. You have to know your bill. Not your refund, not your overpayment, but your bill. How can you attack something and reduce something if you don't know that? Write that down on your paper because you have to know your bill when you get home. So I want you to look at your tax return. I need you to know your bill. You already said I'm gonna stop overpaying, but you're gonna need to know where you are now so you know how to reduce it. Because that's the real thing.
That's heavy right there.
That's the real thing. Okay? So we're gonna know our bill. We're gonna look at that thing, we're gonna know our bill. If our bill says $7,210, I wanted to go to $6,210. Are y'all with me? That's saving $1,000.
Yeah.
Are y'all with me? But when you actually think that you're saving money on taxes, you're not, because you don't know your bill.
Whoa.
But you thought this guy that gave you this refund did something good. No, he didn't. Or she did. Right? Or the software did it, because you use trouble. No, anyway. That's another thing, right? That's another thing. Y'all with me so far. So let's reduce everybody's bill right now. How many people like to reduce that bill on an average of $3,000 to $6,000? That's my average. Reducing your bill $3,000 to $6,000. Like, y'all bougie people. I thought I was only one bougie. I am bougie. I say I'm bougie all the time. That was no one I said I'm bougie. I like what I don't say. All right. Right. But you want to reduce your bill, right? $3,000 to $6,000. Let's go. And you do that with the number one tax deduction that's out there, which is a home-based business. I've been teaching this for so long, but explain to people why. I'm gonna let you out. That was gonna be her birthday gift. So basically, okay, guys, if I can leave you with anything, I'm gonna leave you on why home-based business can help you to reduce your bill $3,000 to $6,000, and we're gonna write it out right here.
Listen up.
Okay, all right. Because here's the art of why I started teaching home-based business. We have seen, and we should know by now, that the tax code favors business owners. We understand on the tax code, which you know that 7,000 page thing, right? Favors who? Business owners. Favors the business owner and investors. It just favors them. It is what it is. If you are a W-2 employee and you do not have a business, paying too much in taxes. Bottom line, that's what I prove. I'm gonna prove it to y'all right now. Because it favors employees because it simply says there's certain things that you can turn into business deductions if you have a business that you cannot deduct if you're just personal. Prime example, 2017, y'all know the tax code changed, correct? 2017, the tax code actually changed. One of the big things that happened in the tax code that changed, guys, was that unreimbursed expense form. It was 2106 form. That 2106 form, unreimbursed expense, that form was designed to that people that basically spend money because of their job and their job didn't reimburse them for it. It's unreimbursed expense. And people were supposed to put all those unreimbursed expenses on there. If you use your cell phone, if you use money, if you do this and that, and put it on there, and they can get potentially, I would say, get a deduction from their taxes. Are y'all with me? Which a deduction means it reduces the bill. Okay? That's what it means. That was 2017. That form went away that year. So no more people just having a job being able to write off those particular deductions. Are y'all with me so far?
Yes.
What happened last year? Then more people work from home.
Yes.
And then there were so many people that called the office, probably your office too, and was saying, how can I write off my electricity now? Because I'm using my internet, my electricity, and everything else. My job ain't give me no money for that, no extra money, and I'm using all this for that. How can I write off my taxes? Have y'all thought that? Or knew somebody else that thought that? And you couldn't do it because that form was gone. Right. However, if you had a business, that's right, you could write it off.
Wow.
Prime example of if you're W-2 and you had a business, the difference in there. It favors who?
Business
The
owners.
business owners. Let's go over some real examples. I'm gonna need somebody to actually get out their phone and get to the calculator part for it. Okay? But I'm gonna have to write some things on that. I'm gonna save y'all some money real quick. Okay? How many of you guys came here today on something with 4 wheels? Not 4 legs, but 4 wheels. So back in the day, I'm repentance and stuff like that, right? Right? Awesome. Came in the vehicle, right? If you had a home-based business, you could potentially turn some of those miles that you're driven into business miles. The average is about 65 to 75%, guys, that you can actually really turn legitimate personal expenses into business miles. Prime example, what I was saying today. If I was going to come down here today anyway to go see my great niece on her birthday, and then go back to Charlotte, North Carolina, that wasn't a write-off. But because I came to a business meeting. That's right.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what else I do while I'm at my business meeting.
Right.
So I got to see 2 birthdays, right? And go back to Charlotte and I got a write-off. That's right. Example, what do y'all get from Walmart?
Everything.
Everything, Lord, everything, right? Almost everything. Stuff. She should have a water Walmart. How about Walmart? All right. So Walmart has a lot of stuff, doesn't it?
Yes.
Let me go in there and stuff and get everything. Stuff, see, the problem is when you get up and stuff and you go to Walmart and stuff and get your items that you want, stuff come back home, it's not a write-off. Right. What I do is I go to Walmart and I get a business supply. Yeah. I didn't hear that. Almost in the front row. Right? But I get a business supply. While I'm at Walmart getting my business supply that I must have is ordinary and necessary to the business that I have. Ordinary necessary is the tax code that's in there, publication 535, if you want to know. And it basically actually says that I can write off this thing because it's ordinary necessary to my business. Right? So now I get to do what? Write it off. It doesn't matter that while I was there getting my business supply, I got some eggs, I got some bread, I got some rice. Right. It doesn't matter. Right. But I get to write it what? Oh, are y'all with me?
Yes.
So turning your things into business deduction is the key when you have a home-based business. You know how to do it. What's the average miles y'all drive? Yeah. I heard 10,000, 12,000 a year. Let's think pre-COVID, right? Yes, a year. 15,000. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's use 13,000 then, between 15 and 12. Okay. 13. So let's say you drove 13,000 miles. I'm going to say y'all real dollars, and y'all give me the number. 13,000 miles. Right? And let's say we are able to help you, remember and the experts that you're going to hear about, let's say we're able to actually take 70% of those miles and turn them into a write-off. Turn them into business miles. What's 13,000 times 70%?
9,100.
9,100?
Yes.
Awesome. Keep that out for me. Out of $9,100, these are business miles now, right? Yeah. The Internal Revenue Service is giving us 57 cents per mile. So do that 9,100 times 57 cents, please.
It's not 56, I'm sorry.
57.
Okay.
5187.
5187. $5,187. That is the deduction that comes off of your bill. Well, excuse me, off of your taxable income, excuse me. It comes off of your taxable income that gets your bill, right? It comes off of your tax. So if you made $50,000, the first $5,187 of that $50,000 is now tax-free money because it reduces it. So that's a tax saving. Are y'all with me? Yes. Did you do anything extra on those miles? No, you just turned into what? Business miles. Okay? Let's do another one now, actually real quick. Let's do the actual cell phone. What's the average cell phone? 140. Oh, somebody said, ooh, so let's do my. Go ahead. And I wish, I don't know, might not be too high. Yeah, okay. What's the average cell phone?
I pay $90 for 2 lines.
$90 for 2 lines. And everybody like, ooh,
You doing
here
good,
you go.
right?
Okay, right, huh? You know it. Kirk got a tribe already. Right. So let's say $100, right? Y'all cool with that? Because the Internal Revenue Act service said you can potentially write off 100% of your cell phone. Now, it used to be we used to have to do a percentage of your business at this rate here when we're doing the cell phone after way back in the day, right? Because y'all remember the times when they used to charge us different for our cell phone? Like nobody called out at 7 o'clock.
Right.
It is 7 o'clock, moved to 9 o'clock, they call it 9 o'clock, right? But that has actually changed that for you know. Why? Because if you know a little thing of if you have a line at your home, wherever you, regardless of what you're using it for, they give you Magic Jack, $15 for the whole year. It doesn't matter. Okay? As long as you got a line at the house for any reason, you can have 100% of your cell phone and stuff and don't even have to worry about it. That is $1,200, and that 100 times 12, that's $1,200, and then write out the whole thing in an additional deduction. You're gonna use a cell phone anyway, right?
All right.
Might as well do that. Might as well do that. How many of y'all go on vacation? Or used to go on vacation, right? What's the average vacation? 2,000, 3,000, 2,500, 2,000, let's do 2,500 then, it's in between, okay? All right, on a vacation. Now, see, think about it, you guys go on vacation. I take business trips. Because the Internal Revenue Service said all you have to do is make something a business day.
Right.
You just gotta know how to make something a business day.
That's right.
And you make it a business day, now you can write off transportation there and back, the full mile.
Right.
You can actually write off the lodging, 100%.
Yep.
You can write off the meals while you're there, and if you eat at a restaurant this year, you can write off 100% for the meals.
Mm.
So you take a whole vacation to what? A write-off. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
For some reason, we like to do some type of trip. I said we, my family, some type of trip. Towards the end of May, I tax you, right? End of May, June, something like that. We try to have to do some type of trip there because we need to have an annual meeting for our business.
That's right.
Everybody knows you need to have an annual meeting for your corporation, right?
That's right.
For some reason, sometimes we try to make it around that in the May kind of thing. Just so happens my anniversary May 30th. But what I'm saying, I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just letting you know. So that's another $2,500 in the deduction. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
It's just learning how to do these techniques, guys. Learn how to do techniques. Jatasha mentioned she hired who? Her daughter. And she's documented hiring her daughter. She even told us exactly what her daughter does, didn't she? Because I love how the 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, so they know that stuff better than we do.
Yeah.
Well, Internal Revenue said, guys, this was the one of the oldest, what they call income shifting strategies that is being. That work came from the IRS tax code. How millionaires always hire family.
That's right.
Always hire family. Because the so cool thing about hiring your family is, guys, you get to basically hire them. They get to work for the parents. The who? Parents, not grandparents. Somebody always asks you. Okay? You just out of luck. I'm sorry, right? They get to work for the parents. And if they're in between the age of 7 and 17, they are exempt from Social Security, Medicare. Right? That's the big thing. That's that FICA. Y'all remember that FICA? Mm-hmm. Boy, this thing, I'm still mad at FICA every time I see that. How many of y'all remember the time y'all were introduced to FICA?
About around the 80s.
Yeah, man, I was introduced to them at McDonald's. Yeah, right. A hot boy, right? But they don't have to pay Social Security, Medicare, and you can pay anybody up to the standard deduction, and they don't have to pay all federal and state taxes. $12,400 for the standard deduction. For a single person. So technically, I can hire my child, I can pay them up to $12,400. They get to keep that money and use it. I get it as a tax write-off.
Wow.
And here's the great part about it. The IRS does not stipulate what they must do with their money.
Right.
They don't stipulate what, so they can buy their own clothes.
Yeah.
You gonna buy it? Then they
Anyway,
buy it, but you gotta write off. Are you with me? They can pay for their own AAU expenses. Volleyball, basketball, football, gymnastics, all those things. Right? They can pay for their own cell phone.
That's right.
Are y'all with me? You was gonna pay for it anyway, right?
That's
Do
right.
y'all see how that's moving the money over there and let them do it and they don't have to pay taxes, but you get a deduction?
Yeah.
That is and that's per child.
That's right.
How many of y'all know somebody that has a child in between the age of 7 and 17? That's one of the biggest ones. That's like a must when I have to talk to you. It's almost like a must. I'm not even gonna use the whole 12,000 because you gotta document it, right? I know some of y'all are like, they say I can use 20, I'll put 20. No, you gotta document it, right? You know it. I know y'all trying to get away with stuff, right? So let's say $6,000. That's enough. So we got miles, cell phone, vacation, what's that? How's your child? Add that up for me. Add the total deduction up for me. Yeah. Somebody. She's not doing the adding no more. Somebody else add it up. Somebody add it up for me. For here, you said $14,887. $887. Right off of your income.
Wow.
If you're in the 20, if your whole tax thing is 25%, okay? I'm talking about federal, state, everything, right? It's 25%. Take this number 14,887 and do 25% for me. What is that?
$3,721.75.
That $3,721, that's the actual tax that you save
Wow.
in dollar amount. Guys, we just used 4 deductions. We just used 4 deductions. Were we conservative?
Yes.
And we used 4 deductions. And 25% of all tax involved, that's $3,721 for the year. Question that I have. Because I know everybody would like to save $3,700
Right.
on a tax bill, right? That's an average was 3,000, 6,000.
Yes.
Y'all said I was playing. I was conservative. Y'all gave me the numbers. If the math wrong, blame them. Right? It's there. But y'all see that. If I had a program, let's think business.
Right.
Let's think investments. If I had a program, he's in for it, you're in for it, right? Investment, right? Investment. If there's a way for you to take $1,500 a year, okay? Just what were they saying? Would you give $1,500 to get $3,700 back? That's a good deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a good deal to everybody?
Yeah, that's a good deal.
For you to give $1,500 for the year, see, and get $3,700 back.
Yep.
Right.
That's a good deal. All what? Day long. See, the thing I like about this and why I started teaching the home-based businesses and things of that nature is I know that I can save people more money than the businesses cost.
Right.
And then you still get it. Because if you did this and you take away $1,550, what's left over? $3,721 minus $1,550.
$1,522.
You just got a wrong answer.
Oh, you're right, because I did 20.
I ain't carried a one. I knew those wrong.
$1,871.
That's wrong too.
2171.
3721 minus 1550.
2171.
20 what?
2171.
71. 2171. So if you can net $2,171 this year in reducing, and we guide you all the way, and the company gave you a 30-day money back guarantee.
Wow.
Is that something my guests would be interested in?
Absolutely. Yes.
That's what we're here doing. How many of you got, now y'all said y'all like that, right?
Yeah.
How many of y'all think that your family, your friends, and somebody else's social media would like to do the same thing?
Yeah.
They would like to do the same thing, wouldn't they?
Oh,
Who wouldn't want to save at least $2,000 conservatively?
Right.
There are over 400 and some different tax deductions proven for up and down.
Right.
We just use 4.
Wow.
We use the miles. I didn't talk about the actual expenses of your vehicle. People wonder why I bought my vehicle. What did my social media say? Those that saw me when I bought my vehicle.
Tax write-off.
Tax write-off.
I said I needed a tax write-off, and I went and got me one.
Tell us what it is.
I ain't telling that.
Right out front, y'all.
I needed a tax deduction, and I went and got one. I want all of you guys to start thinking, you need a what? Tax deduction. This afternoon, you're gonna have the ability to come out and get one.
Wow.
That's gonna have a guarantee, and we're gonna help a lot of people to use the tax code to increase their cash flow. Because I truly believe that we should have the opportunity to pay 0 in taxes like the millionaires and millionaires.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
With that being said, as always, this is T-Hawk, and I'm out.
That information right there, I'll tell you what, this is the reason why we get the experts involved, because you get a chance to understand the importance of having an expert. You try to do things on your own, you end up making mistakes.
Yeah.
That's that right on the expert.
Wow.
You guys having fun?
Yes.
Good information?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna do a little something extra. We got a raffle. Everybody should have gotten a ticket. Okay. And I'm gonna bring my lovely Stacy Barnes, Executive Director, to help me out with this.
All right, Stacy.
Right, we got 4
Starbucks
gifts
card.
given out. Okay, look for your tickets, all everybody should have them.
Right here.
But then everybody's a winner, right?
You said it every day. Take time to get it out. Take time.
Y'all don't have to get down from it. All right, let's do this. Here we go.
You ready? One name, the last 3 digits, okay? 037.
All right. Oh, okay.
Last 3 digits, 031.
Just in case somebody else don't get up, right?
Come on down.
Last 3 digits is 019.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You did it again.
Come on now.
Last one. Last 3 digits, 024.
Gotta be here to get it.
Jackie?
Jackie D.
Go ahead.
I didn't find out. One second. Do y'all know what that means? I'm sorry. Do y'all know what 100%? Y'all know we just did this 5,187 miles, right? Right, because we use miles. The IRS basically gives you an option of miles or actual expenses. Okay, miles or actual. And in actual, if you have a business, okay, and if you purchase a vehicle, new or used, or that vehicle during the year that you have a business, you can choose if you want to use miles or actual. And the actual has a bonus depreciation that you get to use even if, okay, you didn't spend all the money on it that year. The bonus depreciation can go for if the vehicle is over 6,000 pounds or below 6,000 pounds. This vehicle that I just found out is over 6,000 pounds. That means 100% of the cost of that vehicle is a tax write-off. Because they joined this company y'all don't hear about. Wow. Listen to the experts, being on the calls, and doing that. So if that vehicle, I don't know the cost, but if that vehicle was $50,000, that's a $50,000 what? Write-off. Great. I understand. Take 50,000 times 25%. Right. Somebody take 50,000 times 25%. 12,000. $500. In tax savings. Right. Plus everything else. Right. We can pay $1,550. Right. Are y'all with me? Yeah. Y'all ain't here. Yeah.
Excuse me. Suppose you got your vehicle last year.
Excuse me.
So can you still, even though you just started this business this year?
No, you do get the write-off, and you have actual that the bonus depreciation is for purchasing a vehicle the calendar year. Here's the thing. The vehicle that you have is already purchased. Okay.
But I'm still making payments on it.
I get that. So you're gonna be able to write off some. You do get a write-off.
Okay.
But not the bonus. Your tax deductions start the day you get a business.
Oh, okay.
So if you have, if the days that people lose an average of $10 to $20 a day by not having a business.
Right.
So every time I talk to somebody, so yes, actually listen to me. Every time I talk to somebody, and I'm like, we'll wait. That's like taking $20 and throwing it out the window every single day. There's some things you can go back and recapture. Startup costs, organization costs. The IRS give you up to $5,000 in startup costs and $5,000 in organization costs.
And how long is the look back period?
So let me ask you this then. So there's sort of like a movement. There's sort of like a movement that's going on now, at least here in North Carolina. A lot of car companies want you to bring your car back, your new, and to get a new car. So if I was to do that next week, and by me having this business now, could I?
Yeah, because that's why you did it, right? Thank you. That's all I need to hear. Know what I did?
This is the reason why we have number one, first, I should say, executive regional director and also first millionaire ring earner in our organization. That's giving you that information that you just received. So there's a reason for that title, for the deliverance of what Terrence brings to the table. So we definitely appreciate him.
He money smart.
Just to let you guys know, we have snacks over there for you if you need it. You can restroom, please help yourself, move about. We definitely want you to be comfortable. We appreciate everybody being in social distancing over here. This next gentleman I'm about to bring to the table, I don't know what to say. I mean, I met him 2 years ago. I was sitting at a coffee table across from him, and this was introduced to me. And I needed these services in my life. But more or less, I looked at the opportunity when it was presented as well. I didn't have to think about it. I mean, that was just, I knew that I'm being an entrepreneur and working a full-time job. I needed to get myself away from the job as quickly as I can. And again, I work third shift, so when I got off last night, I came straight here. That's my dedication to NWR Financial. The one thing about it you'll learn is that NWR Financial, you can certainly sign yourself up and be a part of it, but it needs to keep you.
Yes.
And that's what I found out in my 2 years involvement in building the business. This gentleman here is a founding member. He's also a 7th millionaire ring earner in our organization. He's also a double executive regional and district director.
Yes.
And we bring to the stage Mr. Gerald W. Parker.
What an exciting day. Listen, are you getting as much information out of this as I am? I mean, this is powerful right here. Now, you know you can't go to school and learn this. They're not teaching you this, right? So you're getting access to experts that understand fully how this game works. This game we talk about, that money game. See, that's that thing that we're not learning. We need to learn this game, to understand it so that we can master it and take full advantage of it like wealthy people do. Don't you want to get on the other side of this thing? That's right. Seriously, think about this. I say, and thank you all for the applause and just the support. I mean, I'm grateful.
One minute.
Terrence is great. I've known that gentleman for over 15 years. And one of the best friends I've got in the world, truly one of the sharpest money people that I've ever met. A financial genius. This guy really understands it. I love the relationship that we've developed over this period of time. But I want to say thank you publicly for coming and supporting this and being a part of this. Jatasha Harris, Britt Harris, you guys mean the world to me, man. We all started this thing together. You know, it was an idea, it was a concept, but more importantly, it was a way for us to not only move our lives forward, but impact the lives of other people and make a difference, you know? I got engaged in this thing, and then after 2 years, was able to walk away from a $65,000 a year job. And here's the beauty of it. I can do what I want whenever I want now. I'm in total control of my life. I wake up when I'm done sleeping. You know, Fred understands that feeling. He was able to walk away. And see, so this is about freedom. This is what I want you to understand. If you're looking for a way out, you got a shot here. We can make this happen. There's no question about it. We can make this happen. All the tools, systems, and experts are already in place. We just got to get committed to it. And I'm telling you, you can prepare your life to a totally different level. Shawn Harrington, love you like a brother, man. Thank you. Darryle Banks, that 2-year run that we've been on has been phenomenal. This Martina, Britt, Yelverton just recently met, I don't know, a year or so ago, but has been very instrumental in helping me understand how to develop my brand and how I package this in a way where I can track people to me through social media, which we're talking about. I had no idea. I didn't even have a Facebook page. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff, so I was lost in that world. But she's been very helpful to me. But I'm just so grateful at this moment, just to be in this room with you. And then this is powerful. This is absolutely powerful what we have. So I want you all to take it very seriously. If you're in this business already, run with this. Tell this story. Share this good news. People need to know about it. They need to hear about it. MWR Financial is real. I'm telling you, this will be a household name in the next 24 months. You'll wake up on a given morning and everybody you know will be in this business. Don't let those people be in business with someone else. They need to be in business with you. Nobody gets hurt on this one. I sleep well at night knowing that I'm putting this thing in front of people. There's nothing in this business that we've set up that could go wrong that can't be rectified or fixed before the sun goes down. You can't lose on this one. You know, there's some reluctance or if you're not sure, there's some uncertainty, forget about that. We can run to the moon with this. Yeah, every now and then a good one comes along. We're sitting in the catbird seat. I'm gonna take this thing and run it till the wheels fall off. I'm telling you, I've been able to really create a lifestyle that I dreamed of through this opportunity, and then allowing other people to get access or helping other people get access and the ability to do the exact same thing. That's MWR Financial, folks. So we're gonna go through the presentation. I know you've been with us and been patient for the past couple of hours, so thank you, Martina. Okay, but we're gonna run through this. So I want you to understand what Terrence is talking about when he talks about a home-based business. We've got the ideal business. We've got the ideal business. So again, the company is MWR Financial. MWR stands for what? I like that. Sounds good to me. So we are the financial makeover company. When I say we are the financial makeover company, there's nobody doing what we're doing. There's nobody that can touch what we're doing. Nobody. So again, you got the right company. Now, we know, why is this so important that we get our financial life in order, right? Why is it so important? Here's one of the reasons. Because we know that what worked for our parents and our grandparents can have you and I working for the rest of our lives. Is there anybody in this room interested in doing that? No. If you don't find a way to position yourself where you've got money, making money for you, then you're going to be forced to work for the rest of your life. And so we know the game, 40 hours a week for 40 years and then try to live off 40% of the income that you're making when you're working full time. That don't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore. Now, so we say, how's it working? Here's the system. They set you up and say, go get yourself a good education. And I'm all for education. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you should specialize in some sort of educational field that will, get you a doctor, a lawyer, something. But just to go to school to get a job, I don't know how much benefit is in that. Now, they say go get yourself a good job. Well, what happens when you get that job? You give 1/3 of your income away to pay taxes to the tax man over there. And they need you the credit to make up the difference to finance the lifestyle that you want. Then you give another 1/3 of your income away to the banks to service that debt. So the hole is getting deeper, right? And then now the idea is to use that remaining 1/3 of our income to cover normal living expenses, utilities, gas, insurance, those basic things, right? Then we try to save and invest enough for retirement. For most people, it's not working. And we understand. Now, not just what I'm saying, what Terrence Hawkins is saying, what MWR Financial is saying. Look at what national publications are saying about this very thing. Forbes magazine said the greatest retirement crisis in American history is happening right now. Let's prove it. How many of us know people that have already committed 30, 40 years of their life to a job and have gone back to work? A couple of months ago, I saw a man retire on Friday and return to another job on Monday. Why did he do that? Because he had created a lifestyle for himself based on that 100% of income while he was working, went into retirement, and 40% wasn't going to get it. So had no investment things in place to cover that difference, so he had to continue to work and will continue to work. You don't put 40 years in, and now you got to do 40 more, 30 more, whatever it is, whatever the number is, but we've got to have a plan. Now, Money Q&A says, why professional athletes going broke? Why you and I too? We see it every day. Market Watch says most of Americans are one paycheck away from the street. I want to be totally honest with you. That was me. Before this program, on any given pay period, on any given Friday, those guys come to me and say, Gerald, we can't pay you for this 2 weeks of work that you've done. I would have had two issues that day. One, how I was going to pay those bills. Two, who was going to get me out of jail that afternoon? Why? Because I was a jumped on the man. He tell me you can't pay me. This money is already spent. See, I was thinking paycheck to paycheck. You never had to do it, so you don't understand what I'm talking about. Paid on Friday, broke on Monday. A grown man. You never had to do it, Phyllis, so you may not understand what I'm saying. Think about that. You think about that, but I knew I wasn't the only one doing it. I was not the only one doing it. NASDAQ says more than half Americans will retire broke, and we understand that too. But let's overcome these challenges. Martina, where you at now? I'm hitting the right button.
You are, here you go.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. What is going on here? I do the other one now. Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, man, you good.
Hold on, Gerald. Let me get it back to the.
Take me back. What kind of stuff is this?
Gerald, stop clicking.
Okay, I'm done. I'm not clicking anymore. All right, guys, we're almost there. This thing we're gonna go right through it. We're on the money part right now. I want to talk about that anyway. How we get paid to do this. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, are we like hacked or something?
They hacking us, they don't want us to show the information of folks.
Yeah, it's like going crazy right now.
There it is. Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. It's doing it. That's the wrong one. Hold on.
Ooh. All right, we're at the beginning now.
See? I'm not doing that. It's doing that. Did you see it? See? See? See?
Y'all remember that song?
What's doing that? What is doing that? Doing that. Okay, it's something in there.
Hey, Gerald, I didn't know about how you tired. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. I'll be back. So I'm a product of the product, right? So when Brian called me and told me about this opportunity, he didn't understand how desperately I needed this in my own life, right? So I said to him, if you can do everything you say you can do, then I'm all in. So I plugged in and I followed instructions quite well, Kurt, and I did exactly what those guys told me to do. So here are my results. I contacted the CPAs. They requested my last 2 paycheck stubs and the previous year's taxes. They reviewed that information, got me back $350 a month, money I saw in my check 2 weeks later. So that's $175 additional money every 2 weeks. I got pretty excited. I said, well, what else can you do? So now I move on to the second component of the program, which was the credit restoration. So I come out of there with a 128-point increase in my credit score. Now, prior to that, my credit was so bad I couldn't buy a newspaper one time. You hear people who talk about identity theft. My credit was so bad, and they stole it, they would have brought it right back to me.
Gerald, can I see your clicker?
Because they wouldn't have been able to do anything with it. So 128-point increase. Now, what I didn't realize, that 128-point increase would get me a reduction in my homeowner's automobile premium by nearly $200 a month. So now here I am, 90 days into the program, a $350 deduction as a savings as it relates to taxes, right? So I'm putting that money back in my pocket, plus nearly $200 because my credit score has been increased, $550 to the good. $550 to the good. So then I move on to the next component of the program, which is the debt elimination. Now, I got excited about this because I drug into that program with me. 15 years worth of remaining debt, Ms. Peterson. 15 years. Now, that includes a small balance on a mortgage. These guys positioned me to pay that debt off for 6.5 years. Folks, that was 4 years ago. 2.5 years from today, zero balance and everything I'm doing, oh no man, nothing. I'm lining myself up with what? You see how this is working? So they get not strangers. This program is having the level of success that it is. So I'm not the old man at anything anyway, right? So if I'm going to line myself up with God's will for my life, then I just needed a way to do it. How do I do it? So this program came along. Then the final piece was the investment consultant. They surrounded me with all these investment experts. And I'm excited about this. Why? Because I'm going to a job every day at this time. And I'm putting money into a 401k. And I contribute a number the company's giving me a match. But even with the match, the growth of the fund, 2.5% return annual, was so slow that I was scheduled to work for those guys for another 25 years. Now, what I didn't tell you, I was 55 when I saw this program. Add 25 to that. 80 years old. But that was the plan because I didn't have a plan. So I asked those guys to help me create an investment vehicle that would get me out of here sooner rather than later. Lo and behold, these guys started speaking what I thought was French. Because I never heard of anything like this before. This whole concept of self-banking, a private reserve account, where I could put money into a fund, have access to that money anytime I want it for any reason I need it, never pay taxes on it, and then would be guaranteed never to lose any money. I always called the man a lie. I said, you can't do that. I said, who does that? He said, wealthy people do it every day. So I'm still naive to all of this, Kurt. So I'm saying, wait a minute. I said, where am I going to get $10,000 or $20,000 to jumpstart an investment vehicle like this that would get me the kind of yields that you guys are talking about? The guy said, you don't need $10,000 or $20,000. Bless the same $350 that they saved me in taxes was the money that I used to jumpstart the investment account. Turns out this private reserve account is paying me 10 times more than my 401k, put me in a position to retire in 10 years versus 25. So at this point, I'm shouting glory, hallelujah. Why? Because for the very first time, Ms. Peterson, for the very first time in my adult life, I got a clear picture of what my financial future looks like. But what was more important than that? What was more important than that? See, I'm trying to line myself up with His word because I want to get the max out of this thing, right? This life He's given me. So I'm not only am I not to one man anything, but I'm to leave an inheritance for my children's children. So what the investment vehicle has done is allowed me to position myself to leave that inheritance. It wasn't so much what the investment was going to do for me, but what it's done for my daughter and my grandson. And I'm now working on my great-grandchildren. My grandson's name is Caleb. These will be his kids. Now, I won't be here when they're born, but they'll never, ever forget me. Why? Because I'm going to leave them millions. The legacy is in place only because of this. 55 plus years of living. I hadn't figured it out. I thought I knew something about money. Every decision I made was the wrong one because I didn't have myself surrounded with financial experts. So I'm making these bad decisions. And you think about, I called a friend of mine. I've known him for 40 years. I said, Ed, let's just take a minute and think about all the money that's going through your hands as an adult person. From the time you started generating money, think that far back up until current day, and how much money you think has gone through your hands, how much money you actually made. He said, Gerald, it's got to be well over $1 million. So I said to him the same thing. It's got to be, I've generated $1 million in a lifetime, right? So then I said, and here's a $64 million question that you and I both must ask ourselves. Where's the money? How much money you had in your hand at one time? And all of a sudden, that money's gone. And you got nothing to show for it. We can't keep doing it. We can't keep doing it. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal. So now, why was that so important? We talked about 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, another 7% pay too much in taxes, 80% of Americans are credit challenged, 90% are buried debt. We know the story. I mean, and so as a result, 70% of us has less than $5,000 saved at age 65. This is the road that I was on. This is exactly where I was headed. So we say it all stops today. How do we do it, right?
I promise we're ready.
Okay. Gotcha. We're going to provide you with everything you need to do a few things, right? Now, here are these things. We talked about it earlier. To help you lower your taxes, expenses, debt, and interest. That sounds good. At the same time, I want to help you increase your cash flow, your credit score, your income, and your investment. Let's keep moving. So it all starts with our instant pay rate. You heard Mr. Hawkins talk about it. This is our proven strategy to increase the take-home pay of over 150 million W-2 employees starting with their very next paycheck. So that's what I love so much about this program. I can approach a person who is a W-2 employee and say, if I can show you how to get an instant pay raise as early as your next paycheck, would you want to know more? You tell me who in the world would say no to that? What do you think a person gonna say? Get out of my face. I don't want to hear that about saving no money on no taxes and having that money on my next paycheck. No, they want that because they're struggling, as we all are. Now, so how does it work? As Mr. Hawkins is telling you, we're going to help you stop overpaying taxes, let the government use your money all year long interest-free, because that's what we're doing. We're going to use the home-based business tax law to increase your deductions so that you can pay less and keep more. Now, here's what we clearly understand. It's not how much you make, but it's what you keep that counts. You can make $100,000, but live like you're making $150,000, and at the end of the year, you got nothing. That's no living at all. I mean, but making $150,000 and being able to keep $50,000 of that sounds pretty good to me. All right, so now you know this guy. He's your uncle. He used to be mine, but I kicked him out of my family. Why did I do that? Because every time I made some money, this guy had his hand out.
That's right.
I can't win. Now, I'm all for paying my fair share of taxes, but I want to pay as little as possible, legally, right? So, because of Mr. Hawkins and his expertise, they're going to show me and help me, understand at least how to do it. So, this is that refund line that he talked about. They flat out put it on the paper. Legally, they have to, I guess. But look at this, what it represents. This is the amount you overpaid. And I think the example he uses that if you went to a store and overpaid something and realized that when you got home, how long would it take you to get back to the store to get your money? You'd be there in no time. But that's amazing though, that we'll give our money to Uncle Sam and allow him to keep it. But it's all about conditioning. We've not learned and understood the process. So has anybody got a thank you letter yet from Uncle Sam for the interest-free loan that you get? I haven't got one. I don't think any of us will. So you're gonna have experts like Mr. Hawkins making these decisions for you and assisting you in getting this done. Now you're not gonna be trusted to do any of this on your own. I would not encourage you to do it on your own because you're not a licensed trained expert. So allow the experts to help you make the adjustments on your W-4 withholding, all right? And basically they're gonna work the form, put the numbers in there. And all you do, basically, they'll email it to you, you sign off on it, and then walk it up to your payroll department or your HR department to see the money in check during your next pay period. Now, strategy 2, home-based business tax laws. Mr. Hawkins mentioned earlier, IRS Tax Code Publication 535, legal laws that are on the books that we can take full advantage of. We got to do some things to qualify. What are those things? We have to have the intent to generate a profit. You're a business to make money, right?
Absolutely.
So we're doing that. 2, you got to actively participate in your business. We're here today. We're doing that. And then keep proper records. And we're even going to give you an expense tracking system that assists you in getting all that done. We're going to provide that tool for you so you can keep the records. Now, and then only claim expenses that are ordinarily necessary. You heard Mr. Harrington talk about that. They've got to be related to your business. Now, what I love about this is our experts are going to help you convert your personal expenses to business expenses. Now, here's the thing that really gets me on this. This is money that you're spending already anyway. These are miles that you're already driving anyway. Who in here does not have a cell phone? I won't see not one hand. And I called this man the other day. I kept calling him. I said, I'm trying to text you something. And I said, it keeps coming back. He said, Gerald, you calling me on my home phone. I said, what's your cell phone number? He said, I don't have one. He said, my wife's got one though, so we use her. But that's the only way I can reach him. You're the only person I ever known that don't have a cell phone in the court. But I can imagine how peaceful that life might be for you, though. So in many days, I don't want to have a cell phone either. Because you take it everywhere you go, it rings off the hook all day. Imagine what time was like before cell phone.
Yes.
And what did we do? What sort of life was that?
Peaceful.
It was pretty peaceful, I would think so. Yeah, because that phone gives anyone direct access to you anytime.
Right.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So now we can write off, cell phones, internet, business meals, business trips, medical insurance expenses, even hiring your children. Let's talk about that between the ages of 7 and 17, $12,000 tax credit per child. This is big stuff. These things we didn't know. Now we move forward and look at this. What I love about what we do is that we can prove it first. I told you about approaching somebody saying, if I can show you how to get an instant pay raise as early as your next pay period, would you want to know more? You got a calculator and a website already attached to your system. If you're not using this, you should. You can send this to someone, that instant pay raise calculator. They can put their numbers in. It will do the calculation in real time, give them an estimated instant pay raise amount right there in front of them. And then what's so cool about the system, it will then forward you the results of that person's calculations and say, hey, you just showed Joe that you're going to save $600 a month. Here's the contact information you might want to follow up with. So this is a powerful tool right here. We've got the calculator, so we can prove it first. Now, again, fairly simple to complete. The system does all the calculations. You put in these 7 numbers. Just answer these 7 basic questions. Here's the national average MWR financial program, $300 to $600 a month. Imagine the ability to put that much money back into a family's home today, under these conditions in this economy. $600 additional dollars. I think it was said earlier that, the average person that filed bankruptcy could have avoided, they just had an additional what? $450, $500 a month in additional income, there it is right there. But $600 a month. What I love about this is from your existing financing. We ain't going, I ain't got no part-time job. We're doing this from the actual money that we're making, or money that you're overpaying. So they're gonna show you how to get it. Okay, here we go. Now, it's starting to get exciting.
Here we go again. Jesus.
It used to work. Hey, yeah, a little slow. I gotta practice, but I had the ability to do that. My grandson is 14 years old. He still believes I can walk on water. And if y'all meet him, don't tell him any different. He really thinks it's Papa special though. And I love him to death. And I'm pouring all myself into this boy, all of myself, man. And it's so exciting just to see his development and his growth. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that. Now, here's the membership. Everything that we are providing or bringing to the table. Your personal team of financial experts that use proven strategies to secure you and your family's financial future. Your personal team of experts. So, now, it all starts with our tax reduction strategy. You heard Mr. Hawkins come before me. You're getting advice now from qualified experts without you having to pay $200 to $300 an hour. Here's what I want to challenge all of you to do on today's Saturday, on Monday. Call Hawkins Tax and Accounting Service in Charlotte. Random. And just say, hey, just was curious, what are your hourly rates? $300 an hour. That's what an average CPA or financial planner is going to cost you in any city in America. So you're getting a huge break because of this MWR financial membership. So that's a major saving. This gets us in the game. This is what's kept us out of the game because most of us can't afford it. I knew the importance of surrounding myself with these financial experts. Where was I going to get an extra $200 to $300 an hour, knowing that it was going to take more than 1 hour to get my situation squared away? And I'm living paycheck to paycheck already. It was almost impossible. This program turned it all around for me. So let's see what else we can do. I told you earlier about credit restoration, what it did for me. We know that a high credit score is going to get you lower interest rate, lower down payment, lower short period. I didn't understand how, because of my credit score increase, I was able to get that reduction from the insurance company. But let me show you how insurance companies in business look at you as a potential person that they want to do business with, why they look at your credit. Because you know what your credit represents? It represents you. It says that that's your good name. You know, according to the Bible, it's worth more than gold and silver. But what good credit says about you is that you're a person of integrity. You're a person of your word. That if somebody does business with you, things are going to go well because you're going to be a man or woman of your word. You're going to be responsible. You're going to pay the loan back. What I'm saying, so bad credit score says opposite of that. Mm-hmm. That you're a person that has no character. You're shady. You might do anything. You're a liar. You say you were going to pay the bill, but you didn't pay it. So that's how they look at that, and it makes perfect sense. So average credit score increase from our program 50 to 150 points. I say take your credit score, add 150 points to it, tell me what that does for you. Changes everything. Yep. No question about it. We're moving now. So CEO and founder of Mr. Brian House, all of you here know him. Those who haven't had a chance to meet him yet, this guy's a star, man. He's an incredible person. He absolutely is an incredible person. So now he says this about credit. Credit is a gateway to debt. Debt is the pathway to poverty. As long as you're paying interest, that's money you can never save, invest, or pay yourself. It just makes perfect sense. So this is why it's so important that we get on the other side of the money. Now, bill trading capabilities. We have the ability to do that. Think about a professional who's going to negotiate basically and reduce the payments for you on your cell phone bill, your internet, your cable, your satellite, utilities, all of those things. I hope you kind of see where we're going here. Every one of these programs are designed to put more money back in your pocket. So when we put that money back in your pocket, let's show you where we can go with this. Again, we're going to eliminate debt, get out of debt faster, keep the same job, keep the same income, keep the same budget, pay your bills off in record time. And these experts are going to provide you with a monthly statement, walk you through exactly what you need to do every single month to get you on the other side. Here's an example. The average American family, principal balance $209,000, costing them $2,900 and $85 a month to cover that. Time in debt 29 years. I'm preaching to the choir. You've seen it 100 times over and over again. $233,000 in interest. That's more than the principal. How does it work? Person right here, Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, bought the house for $500,000, financed it for 30 years, make every payment on time, and end up paying how much?
Twice as
so
much.
The house is $500,000. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pay $700,000 for the house. So that's a $200,000 profit for the bank. But look at our system. Let's compare apples to apples. Take the same $209,000 worth of debt, which would be a mortgage, credit card, student loan, car payment, same expense, $2,985. But look at the time in debt. 7 years, 11 months versus 29. Look at the interest going to pay, only $73,000 on our plan versus the credit plan. But here's what excites me: the time saved. 21 years, 1 month, a bunch of headaches, a lot of sickness, illness, arguments, but all kinds of problems come with this debt, right? So you save them that and $160,000 in interest. What could you do with $160,000 in interest saved right now?
Mm-mm.
You got plans for that money, right? But now here's the thing. What we want to do now that we position you with all this new money, let's show you how to grow this money. Now here's the part that excites me, because now we're working towards the inheritance. Now we're setting it up. This is the legacy, and this is how we build it. Look at this example. We know we're going to save you $300 to $600 a month in taxes. Your credit score has increased, so we now are going to free up another $300. How do they do that? Because you pay off those high interest rate loans, or either refinance those high interest rate loans and then put the difference in the money back in your pocket. We're going to save you $2,985. We've eliminated that debt. That frees up $3,500 a month. All right, and these are examples here of what we can do just investing that money over time, 10, 20, 30 years at 3% return, 6%, or 12% return. For the sake of simplicity, let's take the middle number. 20 years at 6%, $1.6 million. That's a pretty good start right there, Ms. Phillip. $1.6 million. Now, truth be told, your children haven't figured out how to articulate this to you yet, but this is what they're expecting. Why? They're expecting this from you. And why not? Why? Because you owe them an inheritance. You have a responsibility that goes beyond them. This is your father now. You got to work it out because he's requiring us to do this. I say this about it because I take it very seriously. Suppose your mother and father, my mother and father, had this whole business of inheritance figured out or understood or had the tools to work with to begin putting monies together to do that. And what would have happened when you got to the point in your life where you were old enough to understand what you really wanted to do and how you wanted to move your life forward? And at that time, you had $500,000 waiting for you. Where would you be today? Probably not here in this room with me right now, right? What sort of business would you have started? What sort of start could that have given you? See, that's why I say when I say your children, you owe it to them, because if you don't do it for them, who will? The federal government, that's who you're waiting on. The state of North Carolina?
Nope.
Well, who's going to do it? It is our responsibility. Create the situation for them. Give them the best shot that you can give them. You've got to have the financial means to do it. So now, let's go one step further. Getting your money, making money for you. Unlimited consultation with real wealth experts. Many of you have dealt with these professionals already. They're going to analyze and develop a wealth plan, the best wealth plan for you and your family. Two of the concepts that we promote quite successfully. I told you about my results with the private reserve account. Self-banking, private reserve account, the best way to save, grow, protect your money, tax-free with no risk of loss. I'll say it again, tax-free with no risk of loss. No paying any taxes on this money, and you're not going to lose any money. Land banking, real estate investing, being able to buy land at 20, 40% below the market value in the path of growth. And when they say that you can, without having to write a check, if you've got a current 401k, you have the ability to roll that over to a land banking project. What was the return last year? The increase in value on the land, Jatasha and Fred, who are landowners. A 300. You own the land for a year. A $325,000 increase in value. Because that area is growing. It's busting out of the seam. Guess who else has got land there? Warren Buffett. What's the guy, the Virgin Airlines guy? Him. They got a high-speed rail in the works. They're building all that kind of stuff out there.
Gerald Parker.
Who?
Gerald Parker.
Oh, yeah. But, there's so much that you can do with this. It's just powerful. So we'll keep moving here. Now, the final piece, and this excites me. Stay with me on this one. We're almost done. The real estate component that we just added. What does this mean? This means that anybody that you and I have ever known that has a dream of owning a home, that dream now can become a reality through this program. Even with marginal credit. 580 credit score, 3.5% down, 6 to 8 months, we've got them into a house. Even if you're interested in selling your house for top dollar, we've got a platform for you. Flipping properties for profit without the headache, letting experts do the work for you. We've got the platform for you. Profit from real estate investing with experts doing all the work. Become a capital contributor. I did it.
All right.
As a capital contributor. I would have never had a shot to do this kind of stuff before this program. Would have never had a shot. So finally, a real estate platform that allows realtors, lenders, buyers, sellers, and investors all to win together. That's the beauty of what we got. So let's talk about the cost. $79.97 for all that you just saw. The ability to have infused into your life, CPAs, financial planners, enrolled agents, credit restoration experts, debt elimination experts, investment consulting, bill trading capabilities, and a real estate platform. No setup fee, no contract, includes your spouse. Most companies are going to charge you separate fees. Don't believe me. Monday morning, call Lexington Law. Say, hey, I want my credit repaired. And see what they're going to charge you. $120 a month for you and $120 a month for your spouse. Then no separate fees here with us. $79.97 gets you the husband and the wife. Tax reduction, credit restoration, debt elimination, wealth accumulation, strategies and experts who do all the work for you. So let's move. Now, when all of this stuff happened for me, when I became a product of the product and got these kind of results, MWR Financial began to talk to me about the ability to be a business owner. Now, I'm very interested in this, right? So they're going to show me this Robert Kiyosaki quadrant, where they could take me from an employee working for somebody else to become self-employed, where I basically own the job, to eventually become a business owner because I've got people working with me. And eventually, the place we all want to end up is in the investment quadrant, because that's where only 5% of the population resides, because these are the folks that have got money working while they're asleep. And that's the position we want to create for ourselves. So they said, we'll show you that, but on top of all that, we're going to pay you daily to do a few things. What are those things? Share the instant pay raise strategy, financial aid membership, the opportunity with others, and enjoy the rewards. Look at these rewards. Guaranteed income, immediate income, leveraged income, residual income, passive income, bonus income. My first question to them was, I want this money, but do I need to learn how to repair credit? No, we have experts. They do that. Do I need to learn how to do taxes? No, we have experts. They do all of that. Well, I need a license to invest. You don't have to do that, Gerald. We have experts in play. Do I need a real estate license? You won't need any of that. You just go tell the story. I started telling this story to anybody who would listen. At my job, at the church, at the gas station, at the grocery store. And when I say ridiculous, it's gotten so ridiculous. I mentioned earlier, I was able 2 years ago to walk away from a $65,000 a year job to do this full time. When I say this is all I do here. That's the tax expert back there. Don't ask me about no taxes. He's a trade license expert, but you and I don't have to become that.
Right.
So let's talk about the money. How are we going to make this money? And then here for the people who say, well, who am I going to talk to about this program, Darryle? How many W-2 employees do you know that would like an instant pay raise? Everybody and their mother. 150 million Americans need your help right now. Government employees, family and friends, co-workers, church members, business professionals, classmates. Refer those people and earn a guaranteed income. I don't know who else does that. So let's talk about it. Oh, did I mention this? We get paid every day. Every day that the Lord sent.
All right.
5 o'clock. Give us a little bit of time. People, I'm telling you, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it starts all over again. How many people get that text message at 5 o'clock?
Ding.
Look at that. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
I tell you, my ring, so it's like, ching, ching.
You gotta teach me that. I want to put that on my phone. All right, so here we go. Now, so how do you start generating the income and locking in what we call daily guarantee? You go out and find 3 people, Jenny, Lisa, and John. Those 3 people, Jenny, Lisa, and John, are just like you and me. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They want something different out of their life. They want to create another stream of income. So you find those people and partner with them. I will let you know what these 3 points represent later. But now, so those 3 representatives, in order to qualify for the guarantee, you need 1 outside customer. That's the person who says, Gerald, I don't want to build a business, but I do want to get my financial life together. I want to be a customer and use these services. I want to lower my tax liability. I want to enhance my credit score, all of those things. So that's your 1 customer. That qualifies you to start receiving $5 a day, $150 a month. That $5 a day, you do it on Monday. You start generating that as early as Tuesday. Now, a man said to me, Gerald, $150 a month don't sound like a lot of money. Let me show you what $150 looks like. In order for a person to get $150 a month, they would have to basically invest $36,000 somewhere, put it somewhere that they can't touch, that's returning them at least 5% interest. So I said to the man, what's easy? Put your hand on $36,000 or go find your 3 people. It was easy for me to go find 3 people. I didn't know anybody. Well, I did know at the time. Terrence Hawkins, the only man I knew put his hand on $36,000 like that. So, but outside of him, I didn't know anybody else. But then they say, you take advantage of this power of 3. So I said, wait a minute, I can help these 3 get their 3. And then 3 turns into 9, 9 into 27, 27 to 81, 81 into 243. That's multiplication. That is not addition. But look at where we end up here. Look at the possibilities. You run this thing out through 10 levels, you'd end up with $1,000 a day, $30,000 a month. It just drops in your life just like that. Now, with $30,000 a month, what changes?
Everything.
Everything. But this is legacy money right here. This is, I mean, and then, now here's the thing. What I love about this and what I just recently realized, I want a fixed income because of the program. What do I mean by that? I can fix my income to be whatever I want to be. Look at those numbers right there. You keep your number. You keep your number. We know that 50 people you're gonna start generating $30 a day, $900 a month. 100 people in your organization, all right, is going to get you $50 a day, $1,500 a month. 184 people, $100 a day, $3,000 a month. Pick your number. Fix your income to be whatever it is you want it to be. That's the beauty of this program. So let's keep going. Now, how do we generate income? There are going to be 10 different ways. We just showed you one, but there are 10 different ways that we get paid from this one compensation plan. And that's the thing that continues to blow my mind. Here's another way to generate income. You're going to be referring those customers. Those are people who say, I don't want to build a business, but they're going to pay $79.97. They do that today. You get paid $40 today. Now, we offer to our customer what we call a 3 and free program. Refer 3 customers, we waive your $79, so you got 0 cost. Still get full membership, access to all the experts, and pay nothing. So I encourage all of my customers, refer 3. Don't pay the $79.97 if you don't have to. It doesn't make sense. Well, guess what happens? We can't pay the customer. Guess who get paid the $40 of the 3 people they refer? You do. 40, 40, 40. And those next 3 people in a position to do the exact same thing, 40, 40, 40. There's a huge income in customer referral. Now, after you get past 3, 1, 2, 3 customers from number 4 through infinity, you're making $10 a month residual income. So not only are you getting paid up front, but you're getting paid a residual income month after month after month for these customers as well. Quick question. Yes, sir. Go to the next slide.
If everybody is referring to 3 and nobody's paying the 79, how do you get paid?
From the people that are paid. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna break it down for you. We're gonna get there. I'll show you that in a minute. Look, let's go to a momentum bonus. Here's another way that you get paid, right? So you're gonna enroll those 3 people, Jenny, Lisa, and John. You're gonna get $50 on each one of those people that you put into the program. So you made $150. But we've done that within 30 days. All right. So as a result, now you qualify for the minimum bonus. You pick up another $150. So you just made $300. But now what I love about this business, you've got to be committed to helping each other succeed or other people succeed. If you're not, you're going to have a heart for people, then this business is not going to work for you. You've got to be willing to reach back and help other people win. And as a result, there's a financial reward paid out to you. Those 3, you help those do the same thing that you've done. There's $450 on the table, bonus money. Let's duplicate that process one more time. Now we're at $900 total. $1,500 in bonus money. Now it's a 90-day window they give us to do this, but that's the same. You can't do it in 10 days. And that's the same. You can't do it in 20 days. So let's move on. Show you some more money. Leadership expansion bonus. Now this is what I love about this. Those 3 people, Jenny, Lisa, and John, just got you promoted to executive director. So what you've done now is position yourself to start doing what they call coding. What does coding mean? That means you're picking up additional money and override as your team begins to grow. So you've got 3 people, you sponsored me as your 4th person. Not only are they going to pay you 50, but you pick up an extra 10 on me. So you made 60. But here's the beauty. The 20 people that I'm bringing with me, you're making $10 in each one of those people. So you just picked up an additional $200. And those people that bring people, and those people that bring people, through infinity, you're picking up that $10 code. Then you promote yourself again to the next level, which is executive senior director. All you've done is help 3 get 3. Now you're coding $20. What does this mean? You're sponsoring me into the program. They're paying you $50 plus $20, $70 to get me in, and then $20 for everybody that I bring, and $20 for everybody they bring, and $20 for everybody they bring. You get it through infinity. Then you jump to executive area director, 50 plus 45, $95 for everybody you personally sponsor, $45 for everybody they sponsor. As an executive district, 50 plus 55, $105 for everybody you personally sponsor, $55 for everybody they sponsor. As an executive regional, 50 plus 65, $115 for everybody you bring into the program, and $65 for everybody they sponsor. There's only one national in the company, $125 for everybody he sponsors, plus $75 for everybody they sponsor, and everybody they sponsor, and everybody they sponsor, and everybody they sponsor, and everybody they sponsor. I could go on all day through infinity. It doesn't end. That's the beauty of it. So now, also, there's more money. All those customers that you're bringing, all those customers that your customers are bringing, you're going to be getting paid on those too as your team begins to grow. So as an executive, you're making 25 cents. You're qualified, you got your 3, but you got a team now. Those 3 people are bringing customers. So you're getting paid off those customers. As a senior, 50 cents. As an area, $3.50. As a district, $4.50, up to $8. So a guy says 25 cents don't sound like a whole lot of money. What is 25 cents times 1,000? 25 cents times 2,000. 25 cents times 5,000 people. You see what I'm saying? This thing can grow substantially. No question. So let's move. All right. So now 25% check match. What does this mean? You sponsor me into the program. I go out and make $1,000. NWR Financial pays you $250. No limit to the number of people you can personally sponsor. To qualify, you got to be at least a senior executive. What does that mean? You got yourself in and you sponsor 3 people and you help those 3 get their 3 and you're there. All right. 25% check match on everything that personally enrolled person does. Yeah. That's huge. Moving along here. We're almost done. Now, luxury lifestyle bonus. This is exciting. Anybody needs a new car? WR Financial paying for them all day long. First tier, $500 a month. Second tier, $1,250. Third tier, $3,000. And MWR Financial, unlike some other companies, doesn't require you to buy the car. Once you hit the bonus, you do whatever you want to with the money. Or even with the house money. You don't have to buy a house. You can do whatever you want to with the money. Take it home, put it under your mattress if you desire to do that. But you can get this money without having to go and spend it on a vehicle. But it pays up to $3,000. So let's show you how more exciting to get. Presidential Club bonus. Think about this now. Those 3 points that you saw under Jenny, Lisa, and John, you're getting 3 points for every rep, 2 points for every customer. As your team grows, those points help you qualify for that very car bonus, 200 points required. Now look at this. Here's the next level, point-driven. Presidential Club, 225 points, get you another $500. This thing pays out through $100,000 a month. This is monthly income, over and above all the other money we talked about. Now, this is for the fast track. This is for guys like Kurt Wheeler, Carlton Lasser, who say, Gerald, that 3, who getting 3, that's slow. Show me how to get to the money quick. How do I do it? Here's a 6-figure guaranteed income strategy, the power of 12. You go out and get 12 that next day. All right, you start generating $20 a day, $600 a week. A month, $600 a month, right? But teach those 12 to get 5, teach those 5 to get 3, teach those 3 to get 2. There's 612 people on your team. Many of us here, I would dare say all of us, have 600 people as contacts in your cell phone. I hit like 584 last week. I'm looking, I'm seeing it. But suppose you can lock on with all 584 of those people. Mm-hmm. And they saw what you saw and believe what you believe. And we're going to run to the hills with you. Look at where you'd end up. 584 people gets you $200 a day, $6,000 a month. That would put you on the 3rd level of our President's Club bonus. That's another $2,500. So we're at $8,500 a month. That's $102,000 a year for you. And along the way of getting this done, you qualify for the 3rd tier of the car bonus plan. You max that out, add another $3,000 to this $8,500, $11,500 or $138,000 a year to you. Mm-mm. I used to ask myself, can my job do that? Absolutely not. So here we go. So we feel it's the perfect business for you. You get the instant pay raise, refer MWR Financial to others, let the experts do all the work, and you enjoy the rewards. Just that simple. Now, everything you need to succeed, what is going to be your upfront investment to get this business started? We're going to provide you with leverage, cash flow, residual income, passive income, time, and financial freedom for you. There's a startup cost of $99 one time, $40 a month. You'll commit to that because that's your website. You need these tools to grow your business. But this website is going to provide you with everything you need to succeed. It's a turnkey operation, marketing material, capture pages, track your people, track your money, everything that you need to make this business work. Now you're positioned to start generating income. You're going to be committed to the $79.97 per month because you also want access to all these experts, right? So now your total upfront cost to start this business, $228.97. Tell me another business in the United States of America that you can start that's going to provide you with all of this for $228.97. I don't know one. I don't know. Yeah, eliminate things. That's about all you could do. Now let's go back, Martina. One slide here. I want to do this. $119.97. That's going to be an ongoing cost. $40 for your website. $79.97 for the service. But look, MWR Financial says to me and you, the representative, the same thing they say to the customer. You refer 3 customers. We waive your $79.97. Your cost now to own this business, $40 a month. I have never, nor will I ever, pay $119.97 per month. Why? Look too much like a bill to me. So the man said I can eliminate that by bringing 3 customers. I went out and got 5. He said, why did you bring 5? You only needed 3. I bought the extra 2 for cushion just in case one of the 3 didn't pay. Because I never wanted to pay the $119. $40 a month to own this business. That's the beauty of it. Now, let's close it out. Yes, sir. Let's close it out with this right here. Now, I've never seen this before. We can thank Terrence Hawkins for this. MWR Financial offers you a guarantee. They're going to guarantee your success. So if you take advantage of everything we have to offer, and our expert strategies and our opportunity are not able to help you save, make, or grow more money in your first 30 days, they give you a full refund. Who does that? MWR Financial does. Why? Because they know, I know, and thousands of other people across this country, many of you in this room know that it works. Why would a financial service company make such a bold statement, even put it in writing? Because again, they know it works. I challenge anybody, put your credit in front of these people and watch your scores increase. Schedule an appointment with the CPA, let them review your current tax situation, watch those guys start showing you how to save money on taxes. Schedule an appointment with the investment consultants. Watch those guys position you where you got money, making money for you. Think about that. I guarantee. Doesn't happen. Not in this industry at all. That's MWR Financial. We have the ability to do that. So MWR Financial always says, hey, the time is now. Take control of your financial future. I say, if not now, then when? And if not MWR Financial, pray tell, then what? I don't know of anything else. Then what? So I'm prayerful that you've heard enough and seen enough to make a decision today to join us on this crusade, this ministry. Be a part of this with us. Help us spread this good news. Get yourself engaged. Take full advantage of it to ensure your financial future. And then give other people the opportunity to do the same with theirs. Because you can introduce them to this platform that will change their lives forever. Now, I'm going to bring to the stage 2 of the most successful people in this industry and in this business currently. You can touch them, feel them, ask them questions, put your hands on them. They're right here. Doesn't happen every single day. Does not happen every single day. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me bring back to the stage. Matter of fact, I want Fred and Jatasha both, Executive Director of MWR Financial and also Executive Regional Director. First $1 million club ring earner, Mr. Terrence Hawkins.
Put your hand on it, though. What are we doing?
No, matter of fact, that we're going to answer some questions, but also raise your hand if you need an application or if you need to get in front of the system to get plugged in. Is there anybody in the room that's going to need that application right now?
We just have to get.
Stacy has those. Stacy has those. All right. Just raise your hand and she'll get that. Mr. McCoy, you need one of those? Yes, sir. Just raise your hand. We'll get that for you. But at this time, Terrence and Jatasha, both you guys have had a lot of success in this industry and in this business of MWR Financial. And I know that there may be some people that have some questions as they grow their business. So I thought maybe we'd give them a chance to ask those questions to the leadership of this area.
Ain't nobody raise their hand.
Yeah, see, I guess all the questions, all hearts and minds are clear.
Anybody got any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to sort of ask too, who do you market the product to? I'd like to ask you, who do you folks, because you're a couple, right?
Yes.
Do you go out together as a couple? And then I would like to just ask you, sir, who do you market
Okay.
to?
Go ahead.
Yeah, great question.
That's
So,
a good question.
yeah, when we first got started, we, your success leader, you have the training already set up in the back office. So we recommend that you grab anywhere between 25 to 100 people from your phone that you start to talk about. And you start to write them down based on, there's some criteria that we ask you to look at. Okay, do they, do they have a job or don't own a business, right? Do they have a vehicle? Do they have children between ages 7 and 17? And so when you look at your list on your phone and you see those people, you write them down, and then you want to invite them to your private launch, okay? And so it's not really your job to judge if they're going to join or not. It's more to invite them so they can hear about this information. And so that's how we started. We launched the business by having a private launch. You invite people to come in to take a listen. One of the experts will do the presentation for you. And then at the end, we'll ask your guests, based on everything they've seen, what do they think? And that's how you get started. The goal for us is to help you get in profit mode within your first 30 days. We want you to grab your 3 business partners and 1 customer. So that way, you're not only in profit mode, but you're getting income, residual income coming in every single month. Now there's no expense out of pocket for you. Does that make sense? Okay, that's the goal. And all you gotta do, and all we all do, is teach other people, your crew, to do the same thing. You just continue duplicating, just continue to grow and grow and grow. It's when, I think somebody said it earlier, when you start doing your own thing and creating all these other systems that's not proven, that don't work, that's when you find yourself trying to figure out what to do. But if you follow your leaders and they'll show you exactly what to do, you do it over and over and over. The success happens in the mundane. Okay, success happens when you think it's boring. Oh, this is what we gotta do this again. That's where your success is. The problem is people feel bored because it's the same thing. Because we're thinking we have to do this other creative stuff, and you don't. So keep it very simple. And again, it's about time freedom and financial freedom. So you're able to travel and go all the different places and enjoy because you have a system that's already in place that's just being duplicated over and over and over again. Got it? Good.
Awesome. What I should actually say, guys, is this couple of years, what to understand, for the first 90 days, they just using the services.
Tell it.
And hadn't signed up anybody as a business partner.
Wow.
For the whole first 90 days. But the key thing about it, they wasn't paying for anything because they were using the services. Right. That saved more money than what.
Cost.
Okay, and then they stayed in, and all of a sudden, when they went to their first one, bang, hit. They just start coming up, and they got one of the fastest growing organizations, big time right now in the company. Y'all get them in here. For me, I'm gonna be my boy.
Oh, there we go.
Real quick, what I do, and I'm gonna tell you real quick what I do. Single thing I do, I did that when I first actually came in, and I'll always actually do that. That doesn't mean after that I don't see everybody else, but here's what I do. First thing that she said on her training was who you talk to, right? So to get that fast, what I look for is people that are W-2 earners, they need to have a job, okay? The next thing I look for is to see if they have no business, okay? And the icing on the cake, child between the age of 7 and 17.
Wow.
I specifically look for those individuals. I don't leave anybody behind, but in business, you have to focus. What's your target market? That's my target market. What? W-2, no business, child. Why do I do that?
You know you can help that person.
I know that their savings on what? Tax cover the membership.
Right.
Period, eyes closed. I already know that. So it's an instant testimony that is already worked for, and the cost. So when I look for that, all I'm focusing on then is for that $1,550 a year. So that's what that $228 up front and $119 a month is. For the first 12 months, you'll be paying $1,550 for about $1,548. Okay, what you're paying. I know that I can take that in that 12 months, save them an average of $3,000 to $6,000.
Wow.
So I know that I can help her get a testimony of saving by none here, 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 with eyes closed, easy, I'm already what? Successful somewhere, right? I'm already going. I think that's what I do. I found 3 of them. I found 3 of them to do the same thing. That's my focus. I'm gonna get a customer in there, but I find 3 of them. Then what I do, I teach them to do the same. That's it. That's it.
So they need
Don't
to
make
have-
this, don't make this hard.
So they need to have a W-2?
Man,
So they need
they
to
don't
have
need to have a W-2. I'm just asking, I'm focusing, because we got some people that's self-employed.
Right, yeah, so that was,
People that's self-employed, I would talk to them, don't get me wrong, I would talk to them. But when you asking me what do I do first, you want a success rate first at doing something.
right.
Bottom line, you want them, if I'm rolling the dice and want to know who I talk to, am I talking to say, hey, and if I'm only going credit, if he has an 800 credit score, does he need my services? But I don't know his score, do I? My time is valuable. I hope y'all treat y'all time as valuable as well.
Right.
I just know I have a better chance to talk to a police officer, detective, with kids in between the age of 7 and 17. Because they can go 90 days. Let's see what I did to you. He didn't realize why I was at his house talking to him. Anyway, yeah, my time. Okay? Sure. But I know that I can make them successful in this, and if it's not costing you, and if you will get 1,500%, when you understand, I don't go anywhere, everybody knows my training, until they understand this.
Right.
I don't want you to go anywhere until you understand this. That's gold. Because why would you ever get out?
Right.
Why would you ever get out? If you understand that the IRS got tax codes that's going to cover the whole business, use the membership. Make sure your credit. See, we all a group that we don't talk about 700 scores. We talk about 800.
Yes.
Yeah, we got swag. Yes, we do. We got swag. I don't talk a whole lot of credit bad. Nah. Get around our team. We don't talk about 7, we talk about 8. That's a byproduct. Get around our swag. Don't worry about that. We're getting out of debt. Get around our swag. Don't worry about it. Why? You got investments, you got land making, you got real estate, you got cars, you got this. We have fun, and guess what? The IRS paying for all of it. That's it.
Martina, that's a new shirt idea.
Right? Right?
That's all I know.
Don't make it hard. A lot of things in finance, people make it hard because they're trying to go numbers and this. And yeah, all numbers work. An extra zero work, but that don't mean if you can't get that zero, it don't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's just a number. Y'all told me that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
All day long. You have people to understand this. And just get around our swag. Look at how we swag tonight. Yeah. Oh, we chilling tonight. Why? That's what we're doing. We're having fun doing it. We're teaching. We're educating. The experts going to teach people everything they know about finance. Right. I didn't know about how the credit actually worked, but he had swag going into the dealership. I don't know if he said it during his testimony. You know he said it in testimony. He talked about it. Shawn, we talk about this swag. Shawn,
All the time.
all the time. He had swag going into the dealership. Then they can tell y'all got to talk. No, he had swag going into the, that joke there. Y'all thought, no. Okay. He had swag going.
I was talking to a young lady the other day, because I do the business also, and I call Mr. Parker on it, and you may be able to share some light on this. Persons who said that they have good credit. There's nothing wrong with their credit, but they can't get the loans from the banks. So what are you guys, can you sort of share a little bit, because my understanding that the company may or can help with folks who do have good credit.
We're trying to get a house, car.
But
what?
they're trying to buy houses.
Okay, I know. Write this down. 2 things, because the real estate thing, okay?
Yeah.
A lot of people actually never realize I have a real estate license. I had a real estate company in 2008, know about that I had. The 2008 kind of changed, okay? Right. Real estate company, where I had 15 realtors actually working for me, so we have a whole extra program. There's only 2 things each and every one of you will ever need to get a house. Getting a house is easy. Don't let nobody have to tell you different. It's easy because there's only two things you need. One, you do need to be able to be approved for the loan, which is nothing but credit score. That's all that is credit score. Okay? Our program helps people to get an average credit score increase of 50 to 150 points. Okay? So they might have the credit score, but the second thing that they need is to be able to afford the house that they want. Meaning that's debt to income ratio. If somebody wants smooth ceilings, it's gonna cost more than popcorn ceilings. Okay, really, right? And how do you prove that your income, when you talk about the mortgage company, your tax returns? Self-employed individuals that's in here, you're gonna need 2 years on that.
Ooh, Jesus.
Bottom line. W2 you're gonna need. So if you have the income, okay, and the credit score, anybody in your house. That's only two things you need. So if they're not getting a house, it's one of those two. It's one of those two. But the cool thing about this, part of that program,
Right.
is to help you to position for those two things.
Yep.
Right.
But $80?
That's it.
Don't worry about no customer. $80. Don't make this hard. Don't make this hard. People be going around for this person get a special, that person get an expert, that person get an expert. The reason we're so nonchalant about it because we know we got it. They are a perfect example of this program and they following it.
Yeah.
To the T, they are following it. This joke is getting out of, like, told the service, like, I'm done with that stuff. My family.
Hey, Fred, maybe you can answer this one for us, because I get this all the time. A lot of people want to be the expert. And what I love about this program, the way it's set up, is that you never have to be the expert because they're already in place. And how people trip and fall as they try to grow their MWR financial business if the mindset is that they've got to know everything.
Good. That's the one thing in life that I think a lot of people have a problem with. They think they gotta know everything in order to succeed. They don't, especially here, because when we were introduced to this, the only thing we did was plug right in, and it ain't showing us exactly how we're gonna get back over $400 a month in my paycheck as a police officer, which from that alone, $1,500 that we're kicking out for the services of the business, we're still in the red and still in the black, $3,300. Wow. So we just plug right in. We never had to try to convince somebody. We say, listen, we don't know everything, but guess what? Who does? The expert. And so we tell people, if you're gonna come here, then you're gonna try to be an expert, then you're gonna have to know everything. This probably ain't gonna be for you because we have a system in place, the experts in place that do all that. Only thing you have to do is be a master of master inviter and let the services people themselves, and they have access to the experts. That's it. So that's all we have to do. Don't try to be everything that everybody just share, refer, and let the experts do what they do.
Guys, I don't even tell all the customers actually everything. Even the customers that come to me and some special after tax stuff, I ain't got time. And Gerald actually said, "Oh, if you want one-on-one with me, okay." It's gonna cost. You can do that. So when somebody comes to me and says, what I said, like a W-4 plan, we charge our office separate $150 to complete a W-4 for us. $150.
Real text.
But somebody can actually get that for free with the $80. The consultations that they actually say, yes, everybody come on, no, it's actually in between $300 and $500 an hour, you can know what you want. That's what I charge in my office. If you want one-on-one time, you get unlimited consultation with EACP. I don't even actually do it. So I'm signing up to people, so I'm signing up, it's like, yeah, it says, go online. However, I am going to have to tell what we are going to do on our team, right? Team No Limit, first part of it, also part of it, and now, the second Saturday of the month, I will be doing personal training for the team on the webinar Zoom. Our goal is to make sure that the IRS tax code is covering this business. Period. We want everybody within that first 30 days to be in profit mode, covered by the turnaround. Now, we're just starting this, okay? To make sure, so y'all make sure that y'all on it. Y'all have all the questions, all the everything else, and right now, we're gonna go from the root to go like it. Those that have kids, step 1, this. Step 2, this. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
Just like you were getting the $300 to $500 consultation from me. I'm doing it for our kids.
Yes.
Because we're on a mission. We're on a serious mission to make this happen for a lot of people because we see what's going on. The mission is going to carry so far, trust me. Yes,
You
ma'am.
said that's gonna be the second
Second week
Saturday?
in September to start, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And the first one was that September 7th or something like that.
Something like that.
Like that,
The 11th.
And then one account.
yeah. Any other questions?
One thing I will say that, and I hope people are recognizing this, it really is not going to have nothing to do with what color you are, what community you come from, what side of the track you were raised on. The bottom line with where we're headed, you either have it or you don't. So you're either gonna be rich or you're gonna be poor.
That's right.
So you got a decision to make. That's why this information is so critical, because it can position us to be on the other side. I've made my decision. I don't want to be on the other side. I know what the big four is like. I've been there. So let's get ourselves on the other side of this money using these tool systems and experts. And with all of what Mr. Hawkins has just offered and what Freddie and Jatasha brings to the table, we can do something. We can make a difference in people's lives.
And you can have a lot of people in this stuff, and people that I talk to again, like the young man that's in taxes. Yeah, I talk to people that's in after taxes, because you have a lot of clients, sir, that's hearing.
Yeah.
But the big thing about you, I'm just gearing, I'm here real quick, right, guys, because I want y'all to see this, all right? You have a lot of clients that have W-2, some got business, some don't. But you doing a tax return, you see this automatically, don't you? You see this automatically. Here's how this business actually helps you in a mighty way. It helps you by getting them into something that can reduce their tax liability, of course, right? So it's gonna build your income stream actually there, okay? By the company's actually doing that, so they have. That's good, that thing. Plus, your job anyway is to help them to reduce their tax liability. So this all does that for you. So guess what else it does for you on your personal tax service as well? Okay, what it does is, right now, if somebody has a W-2 and no business, okay, that's a certain fee you charge, right? Don't you charge more if somebody has a W-2 and a business? So when they get this business, what's gonna happen next year? So your average check just went up with the same client. That's the business model. I'm just telling you what happened. Okay? So if you wanna add an extra to your current tax service, you're part of it. Great, Sam.
Okay, so Mr. Parker was up there, he mentioned something about I'm an insurance professional. And in insurance, I see the correlation to how I sit with my clients and I'm able to find additional income through this, and they're able to use that income to then protect their family, but then enroll themselves in the IUL program, where they're able to get those gains without the losses and the tax-free revenue inside of, on top of the already tax-free benefits that they get. So when he was up there saying, I was like, oh, no, no, because it also now expands my reach and also expands another market for people who say, oh, I can't afford insurance or I can't do it. This leaves that option where when they adjust their income through this program, now they can actually have that revenue due to Mr. Parker.
Wow.
So I want y'all to actually get this real quick. Insurance agents, another thing. So we're gonna talk about tax, right? Insurance agents. I'll let y'all talk real. Insurance agents. All right? Check this out for insurance agent. What he's really saying is, it's a fact. Don't even let the insurance agent fool you. They turn down 25% of the people when they first talk to them. Because 78% of people live paycheck to paycheck. There's no cash flow. Bottom line, remember that 70% of people are age 65 and 5,000?
Yeah.
Okay? They can't fool you on that, right? So insurance agents can help the people that have what? Money and cash flow. What about people that don't? So if they had extra $200, $500, $300, he know where to put that. That's number one, right? Are y'all with me? Right? Now, we're using insurance agents. If the insurance agent is what's called non-captive, get into the words, just go with it, okay? You understand it? If they're non-captive, guess what? Even though the company has a team that's talking to him, he can get paid off their policy.
Yeah.
He gets paid off the policy 50% just by referral. Do you know what that is? That's just like you own your own company, ain't doing no work. Right? Ask me how I know. Do I have my insurance license? Yeah. Insurance license? Yeah. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
Y'all know, boy, y'all have no idea. Do we have realtors? Yes.
Yeah.
I would have realtors.
We have a.
You always don't want to speak.
So you got the top.
You're right.
We have a new program now too, where you can buy, sell, flip, and invest in real estate. So that's powerful. In that program there, we can help people with a low of a 500 or 580, credit score. And you can put down 3.5% down, where most banks are requiring you to put down 10%, 20%, depends on the kind of loan you have. Okay, all you gotta do is go through the program, the steps of the program that Ms. Parker went over. And from that time to 6 months, roughly 3 to 6 months, you can get yourself into a home. They have the realtors and everybody already on deck that can help you. If you already are a realtor, realtors are able to benefit and profit another 1% on top of the 3 to 5% that they get in the real estate from their companies as well. So you don't have to leave their company, you don't have to do any of that. But as long as they are certified realtors with our program, it's just a couple steps that they have to go through, just verifying that they actually are realtors. They will get that additional 1% at the close. So realtors, even if they don't have clients or they can't represent in other states, but they may have friends in other states, they can then sign them up for this business, and that's still part of their organization. So they're making money that way. As they grow, they get check match and all the other ways that he showed you how you get paid. But also those customers are part of the 25 to 50% the customer residual that's added to the realtor's customer base as well. And then they have a new realtor in California that's on their team, and that person is making money on top of that realtor who lives in North Carolina. Everybody get that?
Yeah.
So if you're a realtor, you can really benefit. I mean, we have Phyllis Darden's an insurance agent. She can speak to that as well. She has clients that she sits in front of, and same thing, like that gentleman was saying. We have Shawn, who is a stylist. She does hair and she's listening. Most of the time when you're at the hair salon, you're talking to your clients and stuff like that, and you're hearing that they need extra money or whatever. Now she can put something in front of them while she's doing hair. She's still getting paid and all that stuff. We have an accountant. We have so many people in the room. We have Dr. Sandra in the back there who has the Empowerment Women's Company. Same thing. She's hearing different stories of women. So our company, and I say this all the time, helps people in so many different professions because we're a company that deals with helping people in their finances. They say if you have a luxury product and your money is funny, the first thing that's going is that luxury product. It's like, oh, I don't need that. I could go without that luxury today or this month. I need to pay these bills. But we're helping you, regardless if you have a customer or business partner, to begin your finances in order first. Nobody is ever going to say, I don't want extra money. Nobody's going to say, I don't want to get my finances in order and leave generational wealth. So we have something very, very special. Everybody get that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Think about that as you're going through and you're talking with people. Nobody's going to tell you that they don't want extra.
Yeah, go ahead and drop, because you just don't want to do it and stuff and now you get out. Okay, time you drop,
That's
your
right.
tax savings drop.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
All right, go ahead.
I'm done. I mean, Gerald might have somebody else question. No more questions. I appreciate it. We're done here.
Thank you, guys.
Put your hand on.
It's about done, guys. What have you heard It says, no selling, no begging, no convincing. Yeah, any of those three things in what we do.
Yep.
Now we have two people I want to bring to the stage. One, I've actually had the pure pleasure to be able to sit down with her. She's on the path of business strong. She's one of our newest qualified financial directors. And that's no other than Miss Victoria Peterson. And her topic is enthusiasm and belief.
Yeah.
I need to speak in front of you folks all the time. First thing I give honor to God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I just thank the Lord for an opportunity to stand here before his people, to share just a few nuggets. I have not been with the company long, but I hope with the help of the Lord that I'm going to be with this company.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
And let me just share with you why. I'm originally from New Jersey, came to North Carolina in 1978, and I want to make sure I clear this up because I want to make sure everyone understands this. I did not get married on my first go around in college. I got married on my second go around. I didn't go to college to look for a husband, but I thank the Lord that I did get one when I started working on my master's. I always like to clear that up because you know what they say about us women. We go to college to look for a man. No, that was not true for me. I just want to clear that up. Right? So I finished North Carolina Central in 1980. Even when before I did that, before I came here, I had already got an associate degree. In law enforcement. My background is political science, concentration in criminal justice. I was first or second African-American female that worked at Central Prison. And many of you folks know anything about Central Prison years ago, they didn't have women working there. Had a little taste of death row. Sort of electric chair. So, like I said, came to North Carolina Central, I finished and graduated. And I actually have 3 degrees. Uno, dos, tres. That's right. 3 college degrees. I've learned so much in the last several weeks. It's awesome. Right. That I did not learn with all these college degrees. We have a good message here.
Yes.
That we need to take immediately to our people.
Yes.
Our people need to hear this.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to share this, and I'm not trying to embarrass anyone in this room.
That's right.
But I want to just share this to my sisters. We need this. Mm-hmm. Ladies, we need this. Our sisters need this. They're in trouble. When you're talking to women who work, but they're living in a hotel because they can't afford an apartment anymore, the apartments in Durham are over $1,000 a month. Our women are struggling. African American women are struggling. Many of them are over their household. They're in charge of their household. For whatever reason, some have been married, got divorced. Some husbands have been in the military, have died. But we are in a crisis in this community. And what we really need to do is to turn on our TVs. And get out in our communities. And talk to our people about this program and how this program can help us. Our total community. Right. Because when Sister Sue is over here struggling with her babies, it's affecting us also. Because when Junior gets up, 14, 15, 16 years old, gets involved with criminal activity.
gets in trouble. So now mama, that few dollars that she has, now she's got to pay to get Junior out of jail, out of the court system. We have so many different issues, but our women, our people need help. And I truly believe if we could just get them to sit down for a few minutes and let them see this program, the different things that it offers. And see, that's what is good about this program. It offers not just one thing about finances, it gives you the whole thing about finances. And you don't have to leave college with a $40,000 college bill. We work with this for a few years. No, you're not gonna learn all of this in 2 weeks or 60 days or 90 days. This takes a little time, but that's okay. It's gonna empower us, empower our people, and not just to have just one house. We need more than one house. We're talking about one house. You've gotta have some houses for investment. Am I correct?
Yeah.
For some investment. So if you know you got some ladies that are working over there at Duke Hospital and they're living in a hotel, you got a nice house that you can rent to them. Instead of them paying, $1,400, $1,500, $1,800 ladies for rent, get a house. Buy a house. Have one or two and let that be investment. Get those ladies in there and work with them. Show them that, hey, ladies, you see what I did? In a year or 2 years, you could do the same thing. You could go out and get some houses or some other real estate that I'm sure in the future, this company is going to look at. So to me, that's why I really feel that there's something here. There's something here. And we really need to take time and share this with our people. We really, really do. I'm going to say it again. We need to take time and share this with our people. Stop talking on the phone with a whole lot of foolishness. Stop the partying and spending 3 and 4 hours watching TV, and bring your children into this picture also. We need to, and I'm hoping in the future that the kids that are 13, 14, 15, if they can go out and learn how to play basketball and learn how to play baseball and football with concussions, and I'm not trying to down some of the stuff that our kids, but our children need to learn this.
Yes.
They need to learn this first, then go play some basketball, then go play some football.
Right.
But they need a foundation on monies. We don't understand monies, but now this program is awesome. It's awesome, and I want to thank. Well, Victor's not here, but I still want to thank him. Darryle, Mr. Banks, want to thank him. And I call him Pastor Parker. I want to thank him. But this is an awesome program, and I'm hoping in the future, particularly ladies, we're going to have a women's group here in the Triangle.
All right.
We're going to have a women's group here in North Carolina. And brothers, we're not trying to overlook you. We need you. But you know, a lot of our sisters are head of their household. Right? A lot of our women are head of their household. And I know my brothers want their sisters, their aunties, even their grandma. And I didn't even talk about retirement, but I'll do that next time. Why African American women, particularly even older women, need to be in this program. They need to understand the finances. Because sometimes, I'll say this, Pastor Parker, sometimes our men die. Sometimes our men pass on. And sometimes the house isn't in order. And sometimes in 5 or 6, 10 years, they may lose that property because they didn't have foundation. So even sometimes our mothers and grandmothers really could use a little bit of this information to help them to hold on to their property if their spouse dies. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Great message, great message. Our next speaker, she brings a lot to the table. I got a chance to meet with her, and she was starting out looking at her success was phenomenal. She's now an area director in NWR Financial. She's going to be talking about a seasoned approach in Phyllis Garden.
Everyone, just stand up for a minute. Yes. Just stand up and get the blood circulating again. Been sitting for a minute. I certainly need to stand up. Do you know that you're in the right place at the right time?
Yes.
Yes.
You are, every one of you are in the right place at the right time. You said. But I want you to think about what you've heard so far. Just imagine if Terrence Hawkins, if Gerald Parker, if Jatasha and Fred Harris had not said yes to the opportunity. Guess what? You wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. In fact, Jatasha and Fred Harris introduced me to NWR. And I'm telling you, it changed my life. I worked as an insurance professional. I think someone was here that was working as an insurance professional. And I actually had an enrollment book, open enrollment time. Okay, that's when you choose your plan for the upcoming year. Jatasha stopped me and she said, "Oh, I'd like to speak with you." Well, I was flattered. I was flattered because she chose me. But I said, "Are you looking for insurance?" And she said, "No." I said, "Well," I said, "what did you want to talk about?" She said, "I want to talk with you about an opportunity." I said, "Well, guess what?" I said, "Right now, I must talk about insurance." And there were people coming in the droves, okay, because they needed to get their insurance. This was in 2018, December, I believe, November or December of 2018. Oh yes, my name is Phyllis Garden. I am a founding member. I was introduced by Jatasha Harris, and I thank her so much for seeing something in me that said, maybe this lady will tell the story.
Yes, yes.
And that's exactly what I saw, not knowing that I would need the story and be a product of the product as Gerald was.
Yes.
So I want to thank her for that. I appreciate her for that. And I want to thank all of you for being here because it says something special about you. It says that you too are looking for something. Maybe you didn't hear all of what happened, all of what occurred, all of what took place, all of the charts, all of the numbers. We got a lot of information. But there was something that you heard because you're still sitting here.
Come on now.
Okay, there was something that you heard that applies to you.
Yes.
Let me tell you what happened to me. I was very fortunate to be in a house that I had lived in for 7 years. We were renting in this house. I moved here from Georgia, North Carolina. Wasn't interested in purchasing a home. I had purchased a home. I had purchased 4 homes, I think. I wasn't interested in purchasing a home. I was satisfied with just renting. Because I figured, okay, I'll live out my time in this house. I like this house. The landlady, not really the landlady, but the owner of the house, we shared a name. Her last name was Jones as well. We shared the name. She passed away on Valentine's. She passed away on the Sunday before Valentine. When she passed away, we had 4 children. They all had wives. They immediately wanted us out of the house. I got a call from who was my landlord. That Sunday, she passed on Saturday. He called me on Sunday. He said, we're going to sell the house. I said, really? I said, what happened, you know? I never met the lady, but they said, we're gonna sell the house. I said, oh, okay. So what does that mean? I was really naive. I said, what does that mean? He says, oh, we're gonna sell the house and you have 60 days to get out of the house.
Wow.
I said, really?
Mm-hmm.
I said, 60 days, huh? And he said, yes. He says, with the family, okay, the heirs, we've decided we want the money out of the house. Okay. I said to Junior, my partner, my friend, my everything. I said, Junior, I said, we're gonna be homeless? And he looked at me and he said, no, we'll never be homeless. So we immediately started searching for, a home. And we were looking at homes, and the prices of homes had really increased since the last time I bought a house. We were looking at homes, and a little bit of property that you get,
That's
I said, I'm looking at the fact that, oh my God, I said, we'll have a 30-year mortgage. I said, oh my goodness, we'll be over 100 when this thing gets paid off. I said, what does MWR do again? I went to her. I said, what does MWR do again? She said, call the experts and tell them your situation.
Wow.
Well, I had been in the insurance industry. I did have an agency. They positioned my insurance business, okay, because it had been, established in 2017. So I had the 2 years of insurance business and all of that. Junior was still working part-time for the state. So that little bit of income, but they put it all together. You remember he talked about the 2 reasons why people don't get accepted by the bank?
That's right.
We fell into that category. Our debt to income ratio was out of balance. Didn't realize, because we hadn't pulled any credit reports, because we hadn't wanted any purchases, of substantial purchases. And when they pulled the credit report, MWR found things that were open, not. He loves vehicles, right? He has trucks and motorcycles and cars and other vehicles and more vehicles. And he found the truck that he had been turned in or whatever, that was still showing up as an open loan, that had our debt to income ratio out of balance. They put it all together for us in 29 days. We walked out of SunTrust Bank with the closing papers and the keys to that. We did have a 30-year mortgage, okay? But guess what? Went back to MWR, your debt elimination. Okay, they started seeing all these credit cards because I love to spend. They started telling us how we can eliminate debt. So we have since eliminated all of our credit card debt.
Wow.
I will get you, I have a little granddaughter, about the age of her daughter, that when we go shopping, oh man, I love this and I love this and I love it. And you want to make them happy, right? I feel like that's their legacy right then and there. So you want to make them happy. And we would get to the cash register and they would say, oh, if you open an account, you'll get an extra 20% off. And they got me every time. Okay, and then you pay 29% on the back end trying to pay that card off. Well, I did that a few times, so we had a lot of credit card debt. Eliminated all of that.
Yes.
3 weeks ago, we got the what do you call it, final document to show that one of the vehicles was paid off.
Yes.
I had the title to the car.
Yes.
I haven't seen the title to a car in I can't tell you how many years, because they always send you offers. Oh, for this little bit more, you can get a brand new so-and-so. And they would get me every time, right? I was taught that, okay, if you're knowing, if you're, I'll get back to that. The 30 years, when they scrambled everything, because they do an algorithm that will figure all of your debt, exactly how you're paying and what's paid off and all of that sort of thing. Turn that 30-year mortgage It is now down to 7 years.
Mm.
Come
Woo! Come on.
7 years the house is paid off. Now that's it, we stick to the plan.
Yes.
But guess what? My whole personal development, I'm no longer spendthrift anymore.
Right.
The pandemic has helped me a whole lot to get out there.
Right.
7 years, all of my debt is paid off.
Yes. That's a blessing.
What else can they do for me? Bill Shredder. Okay, you gotta take advantage of all of these things. If they give you the tools, take advantage.
Yes.
Saved on my Sprint bill. Only thing I had ever been told was, oh, thank you for being a loyal customer. Right? Sprint bill, they saved me $25. I got Ring Central because I do have my house set up as an office. Saved on the fax machine, saved on the copying machines, saved on all of this. We've got T-Mobile, we've got Sprint, we've got Ring Central. I mean, all of the bills that we get on a recurring basis, we save. So we're saving like over $600. All of that money. And they give us a daily guarantee. Okay, they give us a daily guarantee. That adds to the income. I had the best year that I've ever had in 2020 during this pandemic. A lot of people were made millionaires and some billionaires. No, I didn't reach that level yet, but I still had the best year that I've ever had.
Right.
In terms of income. So I'm saying, your mindset changes. It's important to know. It's important to let your children know.
Yes.
They think that money grows on trees. I did as a child. I really did. I thought that money grew on trees. But I knew that to protect my credit. Well, it's something my dad taught me. I did protect my credit. So I would always protect my credit. I always had good credit. So I was always put in a position where my credit spoke for me. My credit score was increased by 87 points.
All right.
My husband increased by 103 points.
Wow.
He's at 826. His is even higher than mine.
Yes.
So I'm saying this program works if you just follow the yellow brick road.
Yep.
I got so many stories to tell how student loans have been paid off. I had one lady that was in debt for $81,000 in student loans. MWR took a look at it, brought it down to $1,117, which is now paid off. And now paid off. So I mean, that's everyone. Whether you are W-2, whether you are self-employed, whether you are a millionaire already, you have a stance, a posture with MWR Financial.
Right.
And you can do it. You can do it.
Yes.
You can do it. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, you can go to MWRFinancialResults.com to hear more of that. MWRFinancialResults.com. So folks, we're gonna let you hear from our first family in NWR Financial. Again, I learned a lot from listening to them and seeing them on social media, what they've done. And I've adapted something. I say sometimes I tag it on my send outs. Stay plugged in, get paid, get promoted. That came from the first family, Jatasha and Freddie Harris. Gonna talk about perseverance. Welcome to the stage.
All right.
Okay, well, perseverance, this is truly what it has been for us because it wasn't easy in the beginning. But like I said earlier, the first thing that we did when we went to do this is we didn't make no excuses, we didn't delay, we plugged in immediately. And so that's the biggest thing to this company right here, is plugging in immediately. Why? Because we saw immediate results. So when I tell you working 160 hours and then 120 hours of overtime every single month to make ends meet, when they told me that we can mitigate some of that, just by doing this basic thing that Mr. Hawkins is talking about, getting that instant pay raise over $400, and just the fact that we didn't have nobody join us in business for 90 days, where am I going? Where are you going if you're making hundreds of dollars a month in profit already?
Wow,
Where's anybody going?
that's right.
That's the thing, like, now we had to, my wife and I have been blessed to be able to be in business before, so we were able to shift and go from the employee mindset back to the business mindset for me specifically. So we knew that this was no longer about being an employee, now we had to shift the business mindset. So this, as a business, we're already in profit mode. And that's the thing, people can be in profit mode immediately if they plug in. Don't let people make excuses. Don't let people give you the haggle about why they didn't plug in. Listen, if they're gonna join you in business, tell them to plug in immediately. If they're not, they're gonna waste your time. So when we did this, we joined it and got the services, everything right away, got $400 a month back into our paycheck, in profit mode right away. And then that's when we started to develop ourselves. So nobody joined us for 90 days, but because we knew that great things take time, we weren't gonna sit here and let just a few days go on the calendar deter us from our future. Because had we did that, I'd still be working to go back to working the job as a police officer, driving the beat, doing a lot of taking people to jail that I don't want to, doing a lot of things, seeing people at their worst. Why go back to that? Right. You know what's on the other side, so why go back to the thing that you just want to get away from? And that's what helped us sustain. And one of the other things I did, for me personally, is I never spoke negatively about our business.
Wow.
Nothing was happening right away. My wife was 100% committed to it. I wasn't. I was committed to the services. Terrence Hawkins came to our house, sat there, and poured into us. And I said, yeah, I'm going to support it. But not realizing that Terrence was pouring into me at the same time, because as we're doing this, I'm seeing the results happen. I'm seeing the growth happen in her. I'm seeing the growth happen in our services. And I was like, why would I say anything negatively when we see the results of the paycheck increase? You see the results of credit being up there, and us getting excited about getting out of debt. Why am I not speaking negatively about that? So last thing I did, because I didn't say anything negative to me myself, I didn't portray that on her or try to make it feel like because nobody joined us, this thing isn't working. And because I kept my mouth shut and supported my wife,
Yes.
we're able to be here today.
Yeah.
And sometimes to persevere, you have to shut the negativity out of yourself first. And once you do that, great things can happen. Now I'm gonna turn over to my wife because she's got even better story about this.
Pretty Fred.
I mean, you're pretty much,
Yes.
It's your birthday.
So, I mean, he pretty much said it all. And, I don't know, I'm gonna go there because I think you need to hear the deeper story. And then we're gonna fast forward and skip past the part he shared. So as I think and all of us probably know and have experienced, we've seen our parents, we've seen the paycheck to paycheck, going to work, going to school, getting a good education, getting a good job, doing all those things, and still find ourselves not excited about what we're doing, not seeing us be able to do the things we really want to do. So that was already inside of us. That was in me. And then when this opportunity came to our lives, a gentleman by the name of Jonathan H. Seidler, he is our sponsor, and he found me on LinkedIn. So just to let you know, LinkedIn works because I did not know this man on any platforms. And he asked me would I take a look at something that can empower people. Some people ask me all the time, what did he say to you? So I'm giving you the word, and then he shared. He said, would you take a look at something that can empower people? And I said, yes. Didn't know what it was about, but I looked. When I looked at the information, I was blown away. Of course, he looked at it and he was like, all right, the services look good. I saw the vision of the business. And although it was a new company, it was in the beginning, and actually the company didn't even have officially launched, I said, if people can get this and the income that can come, this is going to be huge. And so we decided to jump in. And as Mr. Hawkins said, nobody joined us for 90 days, but we weren't going anywhere because the services we knew worked. And we said it's a matter of time until somebody catches on. And then 91st day, and I always say, what if we had quit on day 89? On day 89, we would have missed out on meeting the Williams family. We would have missed out on meeting the Hardesty family. We would have missed out on, I forgot the other couple that joined us. And then, Miss Phyllis Darden was our fourth person that joined us in the business. We would have missed out on meeting her and then hearing all of her testimony. We would have missed out on so many other people. We got to Shawn in the room, and we got Dr. Sandra in the room, and from Dr. Sandra met Shawn and so many others. I would have missed out on meeting so many other people in this company, and even the people that's not in our organization, but the Martinas and the Darryle Bank. There's so many people we would have missed out where we can grow and do things like this to empower women, as you talked about, right? And so it was so much bigger than that. But I'm so grateful that we didn't stop. I'm so grateful that even though he was working all those hours, I walked away from my job. I was in corporate America, so I don't want y'all to think that I just was doing nothing. No, I was in corporate America. I walked away. I was making a six-figure income. I listened to the Lord. That's the only reason why I did it. Now, I don't encourage anybody just to quit their job, but I did. And for 5 years, we were in a hard place, but I knew we had to keep going. And so anyway, when this came into our life, he trusted the walk, he trusted what we were doing. And although that time frame, he had to go and work 120 hours on top of his regular shift. So it was like nobody was home. It was just me and the kids. It was sad, they were crying, it was a mess. But we just continued to go and grow. And now the organization is growing. Now the team is growing. Now other people have testimonies and stories. So I share all of that because you may be a husband or a wife, and you may not see something immediately, or your husband or wife may not join you in the vision immediately. As long as they give their blessing, keep going.
That's right.
Keep going. Because the first time that he didn't have to go work overtime on the weekend is because we kept going in the business, and it was like a sigh of relief because his body was breaking down, his back was hurting, his knees was hurting. It was horrible.
I cried that night.
Yeah.
It was a manly cry though. Just like, I stayed in the bed and I shed a couple tears because that was the first step in the journey to freedom that we were looking for. So,
And there's so many.
That's all right.
There's
That's
people-
all right.
That's right. There's people out there that don't know what we have. So you just keep going. That's all I can continue to share. And I heard somebody say this, I just listened to an interview this morning, as a matter of fact. I was listening to an interview of people in network marketing. And they were saying that the reason why our industry sometimes gets viewed as one that is kind of shady or last resort kind of thing is because when people come in, they say, oh, it's easy. Oh, it's just so easy. And you'll get, you'll make money tomorrow and you make money. And then they come in and they don't see that happening. And now it's like they got a bad taste in their mouth. And it's not easy,
It's not.
but it's worth it.
Yep.
And I'll take 2 years of sacrifice than 40 hours a week for 40 years to go retire on 40% of our income, which we know good and well, if 100% is not working right now, then 40% is not gonna work when we retire.
Right.
So why would we continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, knowing the end at the beginning? So we make that sacrifice, but his back's not hurting no more. You can take vacation. Oh, sorry, no, business trips. With the family, we can go and have time and sit down in different people's homes, pour into them, so and so we can do those things, help other people to grow, but it's temporary sacrifice for the long-term gain.
Yes.
So if you didn't hear nothing else, stay the course. Please do not give up, do not quit on yourself. Don't quit on your future, your generation, and generation after that.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, guys. Britt, Jatasha, thank you so much. Listen, thank everybody for being here today. It's been an honor to serve with you on this journey and to be in this room with you at this time. Ms. Phyllis, congratulations again. Thank you for the testimony. Ms. Peterson, thank you so much. Everybody who showed up today. Listen, here's what this proves, that we can build this market. We can build this Raleigh area. We can build it. We can come together. We can help each other, and we can grow. And let this be one of many events that we consistently do in this area and continue to grow. Even if we're at a point where somebody, I was like, I want to get on the schedule for September. I already requested the room for the hotel in September. We just got to pick a date. Or did we pick a date?
We picked the first weekend in October. I know. We said September the 25th, and then you said you were going to look at the weekend before or the weekend after.
Oh, Oh, yeah, there was some conflicts in schedule, but we still wanna look at that, but listen, even if, so then the concern was, well, you know, the COVID, the new variant, all
Right.
that, so there may be a chance that we can't get together, but why can't we do something virtually,
Right.
consistently? You know, every single month, every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks, whatever it takes, we've gotta keep this thing in front of people, and so that we can be, you know, grow at an incredible pace, because if this thing really, does what it's capable of doing in the state of North Carolina, here's the exciting part, it has to come through you. So who, you know, we gotta tell the story, the growth is here.
That's right.
The growth is actually here. And, Randall, thank you so much, man, for coming home from Virginia. I think you've seen some things today. And he's in a market where there is zero representation, in MWR Financial. He solely represents that market. I won't tell you what the city is, I'll get there next week. Unless you guys know, but no, he's in the South Virginia area, so we're excited for him as well. So a lot of things that we can get done. But guys, again, thank you so much. Let us continue to grow this business, continue to put this information in front of people, and continue impacting people's lives and changing people's lives. God bless all of you. Love you much. Let us continue to work together to make this thing happen.
Thank you.
Did I